flag assistant, general order of resistance, HOLC assistant, Robin's Airport resistance, FHA assistant, Black Wall Street resistant, FDR New Deal assistant, Randolph Alpha's not reading water resistant, 1862 assistant, 1863 resistant, 1933 assistant, 1935 resistant, 1935 assistant, 1921 resistance, 1939 assistant, 1941 resistance. 87 honors, we rush, relax, we rest, man. 87 honors, free men with aspiration. 89 honors, no one black and beautiful. 89 honors, no one black and beautiful. 87 honors, we rush, relax, we rest, man. 87 honors, free men with aspiration. Born around in honors, no one black and beautiful. 89 hundred, they want black and beautiful. Homes are like a system, general order of resistance, HOLC assistant, Robin's Airport resistant, FHA assistant, Black Wall Street resistant, FDR New Deal assistant, Randolph order being like everyone existent. Whoa, always had a slip. We always had a system. We always had a system.
The continent, they'll call up and boy, they start getting into the whole Alex Haley roots, dude. They'll be here all night if you let them. Hey,
peace to the family. Grand Rising. Grand Rising.
We can't do that with respect. Y'all gotta land them planes. Y'all gotta land them planes. This is not a platform to do village stories. They do that all the time. Hello, Tedrick. Hello. First of all, you know, I was born here. I'm an American. Oh, brother, we hear your accent. Well, the reason for that is I was actually born in Kenya, and I was born in a manger next to a camel. And I as an infant, I had to work very hard. I was a hard-working baby. As a baby, I carried water 3 miles a day.
I was a hard-working baby. 3 miles a day, I had to carry water. Yeah, it's just hilarious. But that's how they be talking. If you can sit here with a straight face and say your dad came to this country with $1.75 and went to college, they'll say anything. They will say this then. If you can say you came here to this country, your dad came here with only $1.75, and keep in mind that $1.75 in Nigerian money is really just 2 pennies. So that's even worse than $1.75. We're talking about Nigerian currency. Okay, they had $1.75 in Nigerian currency. That was equivalent to 2 pennies. But he paid for college. No government assistance at all. Okay, sure. Yeah, we believe that. And we believe as an infant, you carry water for 3 miles. We're just gullible.
As an infant, I had to work very hard. I was a hard-working baby. As a baby, I carried water 3 miles a day from the village, and my legs became very strong, and I could run fast. By 7 months, I was the Jesse Owens of Kenya. So they put me in the Olympics, and I had to change my birth certificate because I had no record of where I was born. And I told them I was 48 years old. So, it's okay. Oh, God damn. Okay. Where's this shit going? It's just, oh, okay. It never stops. We don't know where the stories are going. Just like the lady who called. I don't know where. She just told this random story and it didn't go anywhere. It just kind of, I had a child, and they told him his hair was like a tree. The hair was like a tree, and the branches and the leaves were like the peppercorn edges of my son's hair. Okay. Oh, okay. What is that? Okay. Okay. All right. All right. We just want you got to kind of wrap it up. That's all we're saying. We don't mind, we don't mind you telling your story. We want to hear from people, but we got to give me the Reader's Digest version. We can't do a whole one woman story of roots. When I was a child, my uncle Kunta Kente took me to get bushmeat, and then we went out to the ocean and we saw a Portuguese ship. Okay. All right. But listen, here's the thing. And let me tell you, a lot of those African stories, see, they'll say something and then they'll throw the African story out there as a distraction. Let me tell you something. She tried to play the FBA role. She was going to try to pretend she was foundational Black American. So you understand the con of the African village stories. That's kind of a smokescreen. Notice when she got in, she was like, I'm a descendant of slaves in America. You caught that? See, I caught that. And I'm like, hold on, I hear an accent. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I hear an accent. Where the hell are you from? Family, let me tell you something. I know my people. Africans, I love y'all to life, but I know my people here. Family, I know foundational Black Americans, man. My entire family is FBA, and they live everywhere. And I know the accents. Family, we have family reunions. We have cousins, uncles, aunts from all over. So we know accents, family. I know a West Coast accent. I know an Oakland Bay Area accent that has its own thing. I know the New York accents. I know the accents from the different boroughs. They got distinct accents. Philly has an accent, because I used to date Philly girls. They had them little nasally ass accents. We know their accents. We know the slang. We know a Baltimore accent. DC kind of has an accent. I know the Louisiana accents, some of them, those Kentucky, those river accents. You live by the river where you use those intrusive R's, that Memphis. Oh, dude, with the New Orleans accent. I know what that is. I know a Houston accent. Dude, I'm telling you, we know our accents, man. I know a Birmingham accent. We know an Atlanta accent. What up, shawty? What it do, shawty? Come on, man. We know accents. So when somebody starts talking and none of them accents are really clicking in the memory banks, all right, where you from?
Right.
Uh-oh, where you from? Your accent, I ain't registering that.
Hey, and that's why I had to ask one tether. I said, yo, you do know I can do something you can't do, right? He was like, what? I said, yo, I can just ask my mother. Like, you can't do that. You do know all this arguing we doing. I just can ask my mom, hey, did you call yourself an Afro-American or African-American? You know, I could just ask my mom, right? You can't do that. I can ask my aunts and uncles. You know, they're like 70, 60, 80, 50. I just can ask my aunts, uncles, mothers, or people I played chess with that's older. I just can ask them, hey, when growing up, did you call yourself African American, Afro American, or Black American? You can't do that. and you're arguing about African American versus black. Just like the audacity, yo. You can, I just can call my uncle, all right? Hey, unc, growing up in elementary school, your school, did you call yourself African American? What, black? What you call yourself, Negro? Like, you're arguing me like this is 400 years ago. We get some of us in the chat room, in the chat, could tell you what they call themselves. Some folks in the chat call them 80 years old. They can tell you what they call themselves growing up.
The continent, they'll call up and boy, they start getting into the whole Alex Haley roots, dude. They'll be here all night if you let them. Hey,
Peace to the family. Grand Rising. Grand Rising.
we can't do that with respect. Y'all gotta land them planes.
My bad. Laptop
That accent right now.
had a little
Where you
glitch.
from? Yeah, that Memphis, the music over there. Over there, y'all live over there by the Mississippi River. I told people about them river accents. A lot of black folks who live by river areas like the Mississippi River, the Ohio River, Kentucky River, a lot of them have that intrusive R because they got it from the Irish. The Irish were out there working on the docks with them, so they picked up that intrusive R from the Irish. So you hear that over there, you hear that in Memphis, you hear that in Louisville, Kentucky, over there by where the rivers are. Come here. So I know these accents, dude. I know my folks. Oh yeah, I know the slang. I know the
Hey, what's going on, Tariq? What's going on with you, brother?
I'm
What's
good,
good?
man. How are you?
Oh, I'm good, man. Bernard King here. Got my little football podcast going. I was trying to reach you on X and everything. So I've been checking you out and all that good stuff and everything like that, man. So, nice to chat with you and everything. Just listen to all the good news you got for Foundation of Black Americans. Let me get
No
that
doubt.
correct.
No doubt. What city you in, by the way, brother?
I'm in Atlanta, man. ATL 404,
Oh yeah, yes, I'll be out there in Atlanta pretty soon, man. But respect to you, man. Respect to the family. Thank you so much, brother. Let's get them. Eden, Miss Eden, hop on, Eden. Miss Eden in the building. Miss Eden, waiting on Eden to pop on up. And we got one of our riders right here. We got the legendary Cyber Regina from Twitter. What's up, Cyber Regina?
Hi, can you hear me?
I can hear you, beloved. How are you?
I don't know how to.
Do you have
Oh,
on
good. I
headphones?
didn't know. I don't even know how to work. I don't even know how to work this TikTok from this end. I've been on for a little while, but I'm not really sure how to work it.
Oh, well, we can hear you. Do you have on headphones or something?
No, I don't. I don't.
Okay.
So
Well,
if you could hear me, yeah. So yeah, I've been getting my beauty sleep lately, so I haven't been able to catch up with you. But when I'm traveling, I'm back in my traveling phase, so I can catch up with you. But it's been very, very interesting you on TikTok, and I'm glad that you did go on TikTok. But
yeah.
just 2 points that people need to understand. First of all, African American was codified by a Chinese congresswoman named Grace Cheng. Grace Ming from New York, who wrote a bill to change our identity on the federal level from Negro, and this includes all of our records, from Negro to African American, was signed by Barack Obama. So stop with the African American. It has nothing to do with us, and we have to get that change.
What was her name
The
again?
other,
What's her name?
Grace Ming. She's from New York. Meng, Grace Ming, and the bill is 4238.
Cool. Go ahead, sis.
42 HR 4238. So that's another thing. And they've been after, they can't move anything in this country unless they include us and go behind us and our legacy and our lineage. And the
I
other
already
thing
know.
is,
I'm in the background
we do
making sure this
have,
is true.
I would say, African ancestry, We have Native American
That sounds
ancestry,
kind of
but the
crazy,
real
so
thing that
I
they're
have
really
to
jealous about
fact
is our
check this.
European ancestry and the fact that we have European names. First of all, in Africa, I'm just amazed that why did the Europeans give us their names, but they never gave it to the Africans? And I think that's what they're jealous about. They never gave them their names. So we can track our lineage way back to the 1200s because it goes.
Now, I think the jealousy is this, family. I think the jealousy is that everywhere in the world, really except here, the Europeans got away from them. All of the Caribbean, all of the continent, all the countries in Africa, South America, the Europeans left them alone. But they kept us around. They didn't build the country. They didn't have us build the country and then mass deport us somewhere, ship us out, all of us, away. Somewhere Liberia. It could be Liberia. Like what right and power do we have? You dig? But I think that's the jealousy. I think everywhere when white folks was around, Poads, Poad, people of African descent. I think everywhere Europeans was around Poads, they left them to themselves. All right, bye, Felicia. But with us, they stayed around us. I think that's the jealousy right there, or that's majority of the jealousy right there. Like why they leave all of us but stay around those damn migas, those akatas? What's so special about those akatas? They left everybody, but they stayed around those damn akatas. I think their insecurity came from there. Like, what's wrong with us? That they didn't want to be around us. They left us to ourselves, and that I thought about that one.
It goes from here, you start going back by name. And because of the British system, they kept records. And also, what you've talked about is the Catholic Church. The Catholic Church takes records. Every baptism, every confirmation goes back to Rome. So we have records. We have verifiable records that they can't change. And that's where the jealousy comes from. And that's why they're upset. And they know we're rising. They know we're awake. And they're afraid. That's what I think, what's going on.
There it is. Thank you so much, Cyber Regina. Y'all need to follow Cyber Regina, by the way. Follow that good sister because she cooks. All right, let's get, hold on, Black Rage, Evil Doer. Let's get some of these names in here. Black Rage.
Oh, damn. Yo, I'm sorry about that. I pushed it up by accident, man. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. It's all right. All right. All right. It's okay. It's okay. All right. Everybody come on in. Y'all throw some gifts up there. We got over 500K likes in the building, ladies and gentlemen. We got over 500,000 likes. We are in here deep, having a great conversation, by the way, and it's all gravy. Let me get a couple of more folks in here. All right. And by the way, we got an event at the Hidden History Museum, November 11th. Everybody need to come on down. It's going to be the hilarious Harvest Hangout. And we got a lot of great comics, complimentary food. It's going to be a vibe. And it's happening in a couple of weeks. I want to see your face in the place. And you can get in on that at hiddenhistorymuseum.com. Get your tickets. hiddenhistorymuseum.com. Get your tickets early because we were super duper packed last time. Get your tickets early. All right, let's get Ryan Vincent. Let's try him. Ryan Vincent in the building. Ryan Vincent in the building. Shout out to Nikki the God. Okay, Ryan, are you in here, brother? Okay, Ryan ain't saying nothing. Let's try Evil Doer. Evil Doer. What's going on, Mr. Evil Doer? Raise y'all hand if y'all want to get in. I'm gonna look at people in the chat. Evil Doer, what's up, brother?
Nothing, brother. How you doing, man? I just want to say there's only one of you, man, and the tethers are mad because they don't have a Tariq Nasheed. I just want to I want to say thank you, man. Thank you. I've been following you forever. Thank you. I can't wait for Hidden Color 6.
Yes.
I respect you. I'm with you 100%. I'm FBA all the way.
My brother, man, I appreciate that. Thank you, dear. My brother. Let's get Ray. Ray, you in here?
Yeah. You hear me?
Yeah, it's a little janky, Ray.
No, I got the trucker headset on, man. You hear me good, cuz?
Yeah, the reception is bad. I have to get you on a little later. Porties, let's get Porties in here.
What's up, though? Just coming through. Shout out to the FBA family, man. I just wanted to say, appreciate you for making that commonality with the indigenous people and my FBA family, man. I'm all up and through there, down through Alabama, Louisiana, all that, man. I love y'all. Keep it up. I'm about to mute down and keep gifting, man.
We ain't like that. We still turn up. You know? Yeah, our Maroons weren't working with the British or the English to return runaways. We didn't play that. We turned up and stayed up. We turned up and stayed all the way up. Yeah, we never took no plea deals. Real talk. That's what I'm saying. All these other groups with their quote unquote treaties. If you doing a treaty and you ain't got no real military power, you made a plea deal. You'd have made a plea bargain to undermine folks.
Right.
And part of that plea is to undermine people. That's why some of these red tribes, these red natives, part of some of their deals was to turn in runaway enslaved foundational Black Americans. The Cherokee, that's why you see a lot of them connected to the Confederates. A lot of these red tribes a lot of them were connected to the Confederates. Yeah, come on now. They made these little janky deals. Yeah, we didn't make deals. We didn't do that. We didn't make no plea bargains with these folks. We stayed up. Yeah, you ain't got no little community of sellouts among foundational Black Americans. The Maroons in Jamaica, that was a community of sellouts. That was a community that they wouldn't mess with because they knew that community would sell everybody out.
Yes,
so they made a little treaty with them and left them alone, but because they would turn in runaways. We never had no shit like that. We never had that. You understand? Come on. That's why everybody come over here to us for safety and protection. Let's get real here. All right. All right, let's get up to, we're almost at 600K. Everybody hit the likes. We're almost at 600 likes, 600,000 likes. That's a great thing. Everybody hit the hearts. Hit the hearts and put the gifts up, ladies and gentlemen. We're almost at 600,000 likes and hearts. So everybody hit those hearts. Let's get up to that 600K and everybody throw some gifts in. That'll be great. Let's throw some gifts up there. Let me shout y'all out real quick. Perry, Liz, Mayat Order. All right. Portees in the building. All right. We are not, let me see. Let's get this brother here. What's his name? What's your name, brother? I can't see what your name is. All right, let's get Zaza. Let's get Zaza in the building. Miss Zaza?
That was an accident. Shit.
Oh. Were you asleep over there, Zaza? Zaza? Okay, she's trying to whisper. Her dude is asleep. Well, let me get her. I don't want him to roll over and punch her. Okay, sorry about that, Zaza. We don't want you to get jumped on. I think her dude heard a man's voice, and I heard some activity in there. So I hope she's safe. Just bob and weave. All right, bob and weave. Don't let him punch you in your eye. Okay. Okay, I hope she's okay. She got very quiet. She's trying not to wake up Leonard. He got to get up early to work construction, and he heard a man's voice. So yeah, she got real scared. She started tiptoeing. So I hope she's gonna be okay. All right. I hope
All right, family. What is this woman right here got to say?
Good morning, Black Twitter. It's Tuesday. I'm glad you could make it. I'm
What she got
excited to be
going on?
here. Let's get this show started. I wanted to mention, if you have a business, if you have a Kickstarter, please go to Good Morning. We only care about Black Twitter, right? Blaming the baby as her own, but it kind of looked. I met a baby and I didn't meet that baby's mother.
The hell?
Yeah, other than that, a lot of stuff happened yesterday, right? I feel like yesterday was a little heavy. What did we talk about? I mean, do you want to talk about Gabby Douglas's hair? I'm tired of talking about Gabby Douglas's hair. Do you want to talk about...
You ain't talking about a damn thing. So I'm putting together my PDF, going into Black, and I'm gonna touch on a lot of things that surrounds the topic of Black people and Black. So I tackle the whole trademark thing. You see right here is Tariq Nasheed deleted because he trademarked FBA. I tackle why we're not generic Africans. I tackle why we call ourselves Black first as an ethnonym, and we're the only Blacks as a result, ethnonym. So that word right there is why Tether Dream, Revenue, the other weirdo that thinks he's a Anglo-Saxon, and I mean, that weirdo, all they mess up debating the whole Black thing because they undermine the word ethnonym. I clarified and I qualified. I said we're the only Black people. I'm sorry, we're the only people to call ourselves Black, to use Black as an ethnonym. That was always my claim. So when you guys say, "Oh, this person said Black, Black, Black," adjective, lowercase b, adjective. You see what I'm saying? I just get them out like that. Adjective, lowercase b. Oh, well, the Black land in Kemet, adjective, lowercase b. Oh, Negro land, adjective, lowercase b. Oh, the lowercase adjective, lowercase b. Proper noun, sir, capital B. We're the only people to take on the identity Black, and Black had nothing to do with our skin color. Everybody else uses it as a lowercase b to describe something that looks dark, blackish. So that's what they all call quick L's. They ignore the ethnonym part. And then when they realize that during the debate, it's too late. So they start to what? They start to tiptoe, twist, troll, and tap out. It's like, yeah, you forgot the word ethnonym. Right. People were called Black to describe themselves, how dark they are. And then white folks call people Black because it was a derogatory term that went beyond your skin tone. Beyond your skin tone. We reversed that. We said, okay, well, we're gonna use Black as a positive term, regardless of skin tone. And Black is literally the definition, or it's what we call, not the definition. Black is what we call our ethnogenesis. We call it the Black experience. And we became American afterwards, after we built the country. So American came later. So we were Black first. We were Black people. Black man, Black woman, Black family. Black family. And then after the ethnogenesis, during the ethnogenesis, we were Black. After we were Black. And then once we built the country and fought for the country and got our citizenship, American. Real simple. It's not that deep. So I'm gonna go into why uniting with other people doesn't make any sense because they can't unite with themselves. I define culture because they say we don't have any culture, and I talk about reparations. So I'm leaving some other dots here for you guys in case you guys have something that I left out. Damn. So if I left something out, let me know. Not putting it. Now, of course, there's other things on here. It ain't just that. It's many other stuff. I talk about the Black American Heritage Flag. I talk about Jesse Jackson introducing African American to us as a replacement name of Negro and Black. I talk about a whole bunch of stuff, okay? And I debunk a lot of stuff. And I go into the psyche of a Pan-Africanist, why they do the thing, why they say the things they say. And peace to the super chat. I just caught it. Need the files like need the file. Oh, like the X. Oh, need the flee like the X. I think that's what you said. I need my glasses. But I think you said need to flee like the X. I think that's what you said. But either way, thank you for the lineage. Love the super chat 4.99 fresh always in the building. Okay, so what I want to do is take a look at this together with you guys. What is this? I'm trying to see what is this about?
Folded, so, and she also made a visual picture and
Okay.
and
I say nothing. I don't like videos like that. I want somebody talking, like talking, like this. Come on, swing it over there. Oh, okay. What's she
My
talking?
fellow Black diaspora family, I need you to open your ears and really, really listen, not try to respond or argue or fight back. Just listen. If we look
Just
into
take
our
it, right?
roots,
Just
from
take
the
it, Diddy.
history of our food to the history of our music to the history of our languages and the history of colonization, we will see that we are one in the same.
Yeah, but
When
we
we
had never been colonized. I hate when they do that. They undermine our experiences and they prop up theirs and say we all been colonized. No, you've been colonized. Then you've been left alone to organize and galvanize. You haven't done it. Y'all find reasons to fight each other in absence of the white man. Family, when the white man, when he left us for a period of time, we built Wall Street. We built the Robbins Airport, family. When the white man left us alone, we built great historical things that can always be remembered. Tangible things, man. When the white man left us alone, we became millionaires 7 years after we were enslaved. Can you make that make sense? So when y'all get left alone, y'all just fight more. No, we're not the same. We got left alone. We built great societies, great communities, not society, but great communities in America. We generated great wealth, black love on fleek. White man leave y'all just become more tribal and more hateful to each other. No, we're not the same. That's not it, ma'am. That's not it.
the history of colonization, we will see that we are one in the same. When we deviate from how we're more like siblings than estranged in-laws, we'll be able to see that the insults we throw at one another, the blame we're trying to
Yeah, I don't know what siblings sell each other to their op. You got to make that make sense. What sibling sells themselves to the other sibling to an complete op to never ever see him again, right? Okay, sure. Siblings, sure. That sounds like enemies, not siblings.
find in each other comes from the effects of colonization, the transatlantic slave trade.
Then they do all this crazy stuff and then blame us. Oh, you guys are dealing with post-traumatic slave syndrome. Like, okay.
And capitalism. Colonization, the transatlantic slave trade, and capitalism produced racism, colorism, classism, and xenophobia.
No, you guys never xenophobia. Look, and this dog said, "Don't respond to big." Get the fuck out of here. You know when they say xenophobia, that's directed at us. Ma'am, you guys did not face racism. You have no idea what racism is. Just like we don't know what tribalism is. You feel me? And it's okay. You don't have our experiences. We don't have yours. Stop the lie. We don't have the same experiences. We experience systemic racism. You guys experience habitual tribalism. All right? That's not the same, man. Y'all are literally dealing with African on African crime. Literally. We're dealing with white on black crime.
Which we all exhibit. And it shows in how we try to blame each other for having these separatist ideologies.
Calling them out on their bullshit in our country, she calls that blaming each other. And this is why we could do nothing with Africans, okay? We're giving an extension line to the Caribbean, but to Africa, you're done. You're done. Blaming each other. They coming over here with these weird ideas about us and then get mad when we retaliate and come up with terms to point them out, like tether or booty scratcher. Yeah, those terms were in defense. We were defending ourselves when we made those terms. You guys came with the negative thoughts about us. Okay, first, we didn't have those negative thoughts. We embraced y'all when y'all came into our shit. Our fight embraced y'all. The civil rights fight embraced y'all. So ain't no blaming. Like, where's the love? You supposed to come here and hug us. Thank you. Oh my God, thank you. Oh, you guys are so brave and strong. I couldn't have did it. Wow, you guys did something we couldn't do. Nope. They come over here and step right over us like Allen Iverson, Tyronn Lue. That's what they do.
If we're going to point fingers, we also need to take responsibility because
right. You sold us. So now let's talk. Let's start right there. You sold us. Are you going to take responsibility? Let's start right there.
We try to blame and call each other out for how we're all behaving in the same ways. We are part of the problem. We, as Black people in the diaspora, are calling each other out on how.
You're not Black. Let's start right there. You're not Black. There's no we with Black. It's just I and me. Okay, Black is a singular. Black is a singular proper noun. That is only we can say I and me when it comes to Black. Black is pointing to one people. Okay, Black is a singular plural. It's pointing to one people. Ain't no we, them, they. It's us, I. That's it. Me, us, I, me. That's it.
How colonization affected our understanding of one another. And we're now realizing that it's not one side over the other, but all of us being affected by colonization and the erasure of our ancestry. Black people in Africa, Black people in America, Black people in the UK, and all over are not above reproach. When we participate in these diaspora wars, we are participating in exactly what was created to destroy our existence. We are wasting our time and energy trying to find faults in one another when we are all participating in the separatist ideologies by way of colorism, classism, and xenophobia. We all need to do better at not trying to find fault, but rather have compassion for the fact that we all experience exactly the same thing. And what we need to be really doing is understanding how the effects of colonization create.
We have no experience of colonization. That's all you guys. They keep saying that. Do they get that? And look, hey, family, that's how, look, they expose themselves when they're kumbaya moments. Like, you don't know anything about us, do you? You don't know that we were not colonized? Like, you don't know that much? Like, God damn, you speaking English, you're in our country, and you don't know we were not colonized? That is crazy. Like, but they're doing a kumbaya, saying the wrong words. You know why? Because they would never hint. They would never cough in including themselves into slavery. Those uppity Africans, they will say colonization, they'll say imperialism, they'll say neo-colonialism, they'll say all those fancy words, but they'll say racism and lie. They'll lie and say racism, but what they won't say is enslaved or slavery. The hell no. Akata means cotton picker. That's you guys. That's one thing we ain't gonna claim we did with y'all. Is that enslavement part. Because to them, they see that as the ultimate, most degrading thing a human being can experience. And that's okay. Just hold them nuts over there. Okay, those squirrels gotta hold their own nuts.
Different life experiences for all Black people in the diaspora. I mean, come on, guys, do better. We deal with anti-Black racism all the goddamn time. We should be doing.
You said, stay safe, said add them comments to my community service. How do I do that? Right, we were enslaved, not colonized, Lord Moore.
Doing a lot better than this.
So ain't that crazy? And their kumbaya moment, they're disrespectful. All right, now what does Auntie got to say? Auntie, what you got for us? Come on now, make it good.
I said what I said. And if you are a subscriber, if you are a steely, we will talk again. You know, it happened to me too. You did is shitting on these people. I can't help you if I'm. Y'all should know me well enough. Shit. I used to always root for the underdog. And it took me years to realize the underdog is me. Black women, Black Americans, everyone is shitting on these people. I can't help you if I'm still trying to help myself. And I've been fired from spaces because of racism, because I'm Black, advocating for Black. And
Yeah, no such thing as that. So Stay Safe says, if I steal your car without the title, you sign the title of the car over to your son. Who car does that belong to? Same with Black American slavery. They got the land, but not the title. Yeah, you can steal the car, but if the title signed to my son, that's my son's car, and he's entitled to that car. Yep.
nobody wants that. You have to understand. I never said nothing about Black Americans in no space where I work. What's the point? We're all here. I'm gonna fight for any Black person that's here.
Yeah, but I mean that's true, but you're not. But okay, that's true. You can do that, but make sure you're fighting for a Black person. Make sure you're not fighting for a person who got heavy melanin, who's not Black. That's why we're doing this. Because you're looking at people skin tone, or you're looking at their. Because a lot of them guys come over here light, so I can't even do that. Now every POAD from Africa comes over here as dark skin. Some are very light. Look at Tyler. So again, I don't know why and she said she's not Black. So there you go.
Reparations is a specific issue in every country where the case is presented. So, read some books on that.
Wait, what what? What book did you read on it?
I think it's boring. I think it's tired. Unlike a lot of people who will go back and forth on this things in social media, because I don't see it popping off in real life. That's number one. I don't see it popping off in real life.
I mean, what are you expect to see in real life? Like what like we're not going to slap somebody because they're cosplaying. So I hate when they do that. I don't see it in real life. What we gonna do? What we gonna do? Do pickets? Hell no, they must go. Hell, like wait, come on, man. Like really? Stop.
That's why I know that you don't really have smoke the way you say you do.
Now I guarantee you, she's only addressing us. How can it go back and forth? And at one argument, they'll say both of us are at blame. But when they do the blaming or finger pointing, it's always at us.
Tend to be God and see everything and see every tweet and see every video and see every picture
and shut your
know
mouth.
Everything.
Then.
I don't know everything that goes on.
Shut your mouth.
There
on the
could
subject.
be people who are Black Americans who are being very insulting. I mean, a lot of this stuff is like you insulted me. So I'm going to make bold.
Look, she said Black Americans. That's all, family. That's all they do. These Russian troll docs and tethers. That's all they do. They claim it goes back and forth. They claim it's 50-50, which is a lie. And the minute they point their finger is always at the FBAs. Go on. Go on.
Statements to make the life that you live in the country that you live in more of a living hell.
We got a super chat. All right. Lineage Love. We got A Hill, $5 super chat at peace, FBA family, the Mandalorian. Oh, that's the Mandalorian. Okay, peace, man. Checking in. Appreciate you. Thank you. And so again, all the blame is just to us. So I don't see every tweet. I don't see every like and comment. Yeah, but you only see the FBA tweets, right? Got it.
Understand how you can tell people in their own country that they live in that they better advocate for this, that, and the third, especially when that work is there. We've seen that. So it's a lot of gaslighting and a lot of just nasty picking on each other. And honestly,
yeah, but the only name you threw out there was Black Americans.
There's no unity across the diaspora. There's no unity in Africa because of that mentality. There's no unity of Black Americans in America.
And that's a goddamn lie. Okay, you just made that up. If there was no unity, it wouldn't be this huge wave of Black Americans saying they are not African. Okay? So you just told a big lie. Now, we would love to see that energy somewhere in Africa and the Caribbean. You just told a big lie. So the goofball, the goofball guy that don't want to be black but rather be Anglo-Saxon, I got him. He said, he even showed a poll where when we had to identify ourselves, 43 million of us, family, 25 million said African American and 17 million said Black American. That is impressive. That right there tell you that even though African American was forced on us, Mace, what's her name, Grace Meng, her HR 4352, whatever that shit was, that didn't work. We still rather just be Black American. 17 million of us said, nah, I'm Black American. That African thing ain't given.
Ones that I see trying to make that unity are descendants of American chattel slavery,
That's right.
American descendants of slavery who are stating, at the end of the day, yes, this is who I am. And it's been ridiculed and it's been looked down
That's
on
right.
and it's been made a joke.
Yeah, so point the right finger. Okay? Like, yeah, so we've been the victims of tether hate.
And we've been told we're not good enough for hundreds of years.
We've been told that from people who have never accomplished nothing remotely close to us, which is hilarious.
Sit here and acknowledge, yes, this is who we are. This is who we are here. This is our identity at this point. I don't believe in giving my DNA away. One in my sibling group who I know we have the same mother and father took a DNA test, and they are 24.5% European ancestry. I can't make this up. I'm not going to say that's my results.
But family, that is almost average. If I could throw it out there, FBAs, when we take a DNA test, you're gonna see that's not everybody be that high, but that's almost average. 25% European to about, I'll say low as 10%. So anywhere from 10 and 25%, the average FBA is gonna have that much European in there, ancestry in there. Okay.
Because you would believe it more coming from this lighter skinned person than you would at me. And I don't give a damn to say it. Because I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, I can't believe, no, I'm 100% black. There's just.
Yeah, she's just rambling.
Hard for me to make this video, but I've been wanting to say this for a while. And as a black,
well, you better say something good because you sound a little zesty to start off.
Person that loves being black. And when I say I love being black, that means embracing not only my blackness, but other people's blackness. And in the sense of what I'm saying is these diasporas that have been seen going on and within the black community. It's really been disheartening for me because I'm an African American. I had to.
What the hell is an African American? And bro, you moving and sounding very zesty. So I never watched this video, by the way. It looks like he's going to blame us. I could tell the zestiness in his voice and the way he's moving, but I could be wrong, and I will apologize to the brother.
Take an ancestry test to know where I came from. You know, that's where my origins started. But I also was one of those people that took the ancestry test, found out that I was Nigerian, and loved and embraced it. But also before any of that, I have been loved, embraced, and welcomed by the Nigerian community.
That's a goddamn lie. Hey, we got somebody joining the panel. Let me give first class citizen his honor and respect. It's a lot of our people gave Africans the red carpet treatment before we started delineating. Even hip hop artists like Rakim, Big Daddy Kane, and others pay homage to them. X Clan is another one. No excuse for their attitudes. Right. Even the X Clan, everything was the red, the black, and the green. Sissies. All right. Peace to the brother who just called in. You can unmute John Purnell. Then I'm gonna go on my PDF a little bit. Go ahead, brother. See,
Can you hear me?
I couldn't hear you.
Hold on. I'm new. I'm
I can
new
hear you
to the
better now.
whole.
Hold on. Let me turn my headphone. All right, say it again.
Yeah, I'm new to the whole Zoom thing. I'm so used to people doing the StreamYard. But
Yeah, I might. Man, the shit. The prices. The prices. Whew, streaming at like $60, $70 a month. Zoom is $14.
hey, I can't knock you if that's the case, bro. I'm gonna have to
Yeah,
start learning it. Man. But can you hear me clear?
I can. I turn my volume up. I can hear you now.
All right, cool. What about the chat? Can the chat hear me? Because I know I got a source code.
They probably got to turn their volume up too, and then they'll hear you. Yeah, but I could tell by. I know it's you because I played the video, and the video come across the headphones a lot louder than you.
Okay, cool.
But they can
All
hear
right,
you just as
man.
long as you talk up.
Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, man. I just called up. Um, I got a few questions. This ain't the four
Mm,
T's, but like, um, the black thing. You know what I mean? Like, I thought Tariq Nasheed coined the term FBA to delineate from
yeah,
everybody else.
yeah, you did.
So, so like, are you trying to educate us with delineating with the term black to say that all other groups is not black, like the Jamaicans, Haitians, et cetera, et cetera?
Well, let's talk about it. When did
Right.
Jamaicans become black?
You said when did they become black?
Yeah. Okay. In the sense we use black. All right. So we use black. Okay. Let me ask you this: when a black American, when we say Foundation Black Americans, how do we define that black that word? Because we know what American is, we know what foundational is. How do we define the word black in FBA?
Yeah, that's we defining it as ethnic.
Right. Right.
Right?
So when did Jamaicans become
That's
black?
how we define it. Right. You said when did Haitians?
Yeah, them and Jamaicans.
I mean, they. Look, I will admit that they never. You will never hear Jamaicans say,
I
I'm
mean, like
black.
you don't got to say
They will
it. No,
say they.
no. Okay, let me say it now. I'm not asking for somebody to say it. Like for example, you can say you're African American, but that don't mean you're not black. If your lineage is with mine, that means to us you're black. So it don't matter what you call yourself. If your lineage is the lineage, you're black. I'm asking you a direct question. When did Jamaicans be? Forget about what they say they are. I'm asking you. When did
I
they
thought
ever
racially.
become black?
I thought racially they was always black.
Okay, now wait. You're saying racially that, and that's something added later. The white man ain't make up the word race black until after the 1960s. So that's why I did my PDF for a timeline. The word black, when it was introduced, it was not race based. It was lineage based. It was specifically for Black Americans. We were the first people to say we were black, and after that, the white man used black as a racial construct, right? Social construct to call everybody of African descent black. That was after us. But I'm asking you, forget about what white people call people. I'm asking you, when did the Jamaicans ever say they were black as their ethnonym, as their label,
That's
the name of their lineage?
I see, and I answered that earlier. I said I would never say that Jamaicans, for the most part that I know, they would never say, "Yo, I'm black." They would say, "I'm Jamaican," just like Dominicans would say, "I'm not black, I'm Dominican." I will concede to that. The issue that I have is the whole okay, the whole racial thing of them being black, whether we agree with it or don't agree with it. I
Now
thought the
you
term
keep saying
FBA.
racial though, so like we're like talking apples and oranges because you're saying
No, but
race and
let me.
but you gotta
All right, so
listen to
let me.
you gotta listen to the answer
So
so
let
you can
me.
respond. Listen, if I give an
Okay,
answer,
go
you
ahead.
gotta respond to the answer and not to just what you want to respond to. I'm saying when we say we're black, we're saying as an
Right.
ethnonym, a name of the entire lineage. So, brother, if we are black and they are Jamaican, just like I can't be Jamaican, they can't be black. It's the name of the lineage. You got to be born in the line to become Jamaican. You got to be born in the line to become Mexican. You got to be born in our line to be called black. So we can't just go saying people black when they're not born in the line.
I see, but all right. So I see what you're saying. I'm not having selective hearing with you. I'm seeing what you're saying. What I'm saying is, I actually agree with you. But here's the thing: the Jamaicans, the Haitians, and all these other groups,
because of the whole racial thing, yes, they play the three Monte card game to where they choose to be black when it's convenient. And I guess my point to that is, okay, that's fine. They can't tether on to FBA though. Just like how Elon Musk can say that he's African American, cool, that's fine, but you can't tether on to FBA though. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I don't think you see what I'm saying though. I see what you're saying, but I don't think you see what I'm saying.
I see what you're saying. You're saying that they can't. And just long story short, that they can't claim to be black if they wasn't born from our bloodline.
Right.
Correct?
So therefore they're not black. Right. That's my argument. We're
Right.
the only black people in the
Right.
world.
But what I'm saying is they're gonna try to tether on to the term black anyway because of the whole racial thing.
Yeah, because
Which
of
is
race
why
thing.
I'm agreeing with
And that's why
FBA.
we're fighting to get rid of that. So we want to see, okay, so the African Union, you know the African Union. So outside of Western Hemisphere, when it comes
Right.
to the African country, right? How they see Jamaicans, how they see us, and how they see their own, they don't call us black by race, bro. They call us people of African descent.
Okay.
Okay, so what we are going to do, the same way we called ourselves black and FBA and nobody else, we want that blackness out of the race category because it causes confusion. Because people start to be black as race, they start to think they're black like us as far as ethnonym. They don't get it. So then we got to have these debates and all this type of stuff. So we want that out of there completely, and just persons of or people, persons of African descent, or people of African descent. That's something white people created after the 1960s, which I believe, without any proof, I believe it was intentional to cause this confusion, so they could tether on or backdoor themselves into our reparations claim and whatever else we do.
But you're speaking as if there's an issue with no solution. And what I'm saying is FBA, that
Solution to
term,
what?
that solution to the problem you just said, the confusion with the whole black as a racial
Right.
category.
The solution is take
Right.
black off as a race. It's just to leave it as an ethnonym and
What about
put pe-
what about FBA being how we describe our ethnic?
No, that's cool. Ain't no solution for that. That's already solved. We're
Yeah,
foundational
it's
black
solved,
Americans.
right? So
Yeah.
so why so you don't think that's a circular argument to argue on whether or not some other place, some other country is black or whatnot, if we have a solution to it? If
Okay,
we
I'm
have a
lost.
solution with this FDA, like, all right, so if you're going back and forth with people saying, arguing about the term who should call themselves black and who can't call themselves black, and if our solution is FDA, why would you still go on about the whole black thing if we know that
Okay.
these other
That's
groups?
called okay. So now let me answer that question. Okay, so
Right.
that's called fighting. That's called defending your life, defending your line, defending your legacy. You don't let people say they are you. That's why we in this big mess now, brother. We were black, and then they were black, and then we were African American. They were African American. See, we said nothing, and now everybody's African American. Everybody's black. So no,
All right,
no, no. So wait,
but
got
we
on.
have
You let me
FDA
get,
though,
but you
right?
got to get the answer. Get the answer first. So we don't got
No,
to
go
talk in
ahead, brother. Go
circles.
ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay, so that's called gatekeeping. Like if you got a last name and you're proud of it and your family's known for something, you don't want another. You want your neighbor smells claiming that last name. You're gonna say, no, no, no. You're gonna back off. That's called copyright infringement. That's called trade. That's why we have things like copyright infringement, trademark, bro. You can't go around saying you're something and you're not. We got laws against that. So yes, we're gonna protect our name. We're not gonna let it be watered down. And people calling themselves black and then doing crimes and shit under blackness. And now it's the black on black crime rate. It's never the African American crime rate. It's always the black on black crime rate. Black crime, black this, black that. No, our name is already diminished from people who are not
All right,
black. So that's it.
all right, but all right. So you mentioned African American. Are we not throwing away that term? Aren't we
That
throwing away that term? Aren't we dead in that term right now?
that term been dead.
All right, so I agree with you. I don't disagree with the fact that they are muddying the waters under the guise of black,
Right.
right? Because when you think of black, you think of black Americans specifically, right? Whether it's positive or whether it's negative, you think of Black Americans specifically. I'm with you on that. What I'm saying is, I think it's a circular argument
No,
because we
no, no.
found
Okay, let me stop. It's not
yeah,
because didn't they have
yeah.
their hands out on a reparations claim? Yes or no? When we advocated for reparations in the early 2000s, wasn't their hand out?
Yeah. You said it wasn't a handout?
Wasn't no. Listen to me. Listen to me. When
Yeah.
we advocated for reparations in the early 2000s, wasn't other people who are non FBA had their hands out claiming to be us for some money?
Absolutely.
Okay, that's why, brother, we got to stop them now before it
Okay.
become too
Let me
difficult to differentiate later when the checks are out. Now people getting
let me
paid when
give
they shouldn't be, or nobody's getting paid because it ain't sorted out who's black and who's not black, who's due money, who's not due
okay,
money.
so let me
Oh wait, you gotta listen to the answer and stop always responding. Listen to the answer and embrace it. I'm saying that we're not gonna, whether you like it or not, bro. I'm not letting nobody claim they're black. That's not black. Period. But go ahead. That's what I'm doing. That's my call to come on YouTube, defend the lineage. My other channel is called FBA Defensive Unit. It's called Defensive Unit. I'm defending the lineage, so nobody's gonna get away. You or nobody. If you ain't FBA, you not claiming our shit. Period. All right, but go ahead.
all right, so to use your same example or your
Mhm.
analogy that you use, you're right. Some people was trying to tether on to us when we was going for reparations. But since we adopted the term FBA, they can no longer do that. So what's the point of gatekeeping everything else if we found a solution that they can't tether on to?
All right, brother. Look,
So
all I can say.
is that not a valid question?
No, but what you can do is you can read the chat where you don't got to just lean on me and my understanding. I might be missing something. So
No,
what I would have you do.
so
So
okay,
what I would have you do, and you can't even listen to that. What I'm saying is the chat
oh,
is 100 people listening to us go back and forth, and we're saying the same
right,
thing. We're not saying anything different. Okay,
right.
if you're making more sense than me, or I'm making more sense to you, the chat is going to let us know. So what I would say is before we keep going, because right now we're going in circles. We're chasing our tail. So I would say go read the chat and see what they're saying. If you're missing something, they're there. But I don't want to keep going back in circles. I emphasize, I express, and you did too. The question, I emphasize and express the answer over and over and over. And I'm getting a headache by saying the same thing over and over and over.
All right, I'm gonna say one more thing, and then I'm gonna hop
Yeah.
off.
Okay.
My overall point is I'm no longer gatekeeping African American. I'm no longer gatekeeping the term black. I'm only gatekeeping foundational Black American. That's
Okay.
it. That's it. That clears out all the confusion. That clears out all the tethering. That clears out all the trying to latch on to us for our benefits. If we want to differentiate ourselves, we could just say foundational Black American. That's it. If you want to say uh freedmen, that's fine. They can't latch on to that neither. But all that other stuff, like I feel like it is a circular argument. That's all I'm saying.
All right, now, and look, and brother, we're 43 million, right? You have the right to feel as you feel, right? And I got the right to feel as I feel. I feel
Yeah,
differently.
okay. That's fine.
And yeah.
All right.
All right, but I thank you for pulling up, calling up, you know what I mean, and having a discussion with me. All right.
All right.
But I'm gonna continue the show. Thank you. I appreciate you, bro. All
All right.
right, let me continue this show. All right. Oh, let's see what this guy's talking about. Like I said, he little zesty, little finger waving a little too much, but I don't know what he's saying just yet.
My best friend Amara, and it's just always been so weird and off-putting to me to see these diaspora wars going on, whether it's like the Caribbeans versus Nigerians, or it's, everyone against African Americans. It's like, to me, that the media has already won on their propaganda.
Yeah, but let me further clarify, and that's why I got the PDF. Matter of fact, brother gave me a perfect opportunity to segue to the PDF. Okay, here we are, family. So as you can see, it's at 116 pages and growing. All right. So this right here is defending our culture. So according to him, don't defend the culture either. If they say we ain't got no culture, let's just let them say that. No, family. We're not gonna. We know a lie travels way further than the truth. So for us saying we're FBA, that's not good enough. All right. Nobody lets you. Now look, in boxing, let a Puerto Rican boxer lie and say Mexican. Let that happen. Man, that whole Mexican community calling him out. Let a guy who's straight and heterosexual represent the LGBTQA plus. Like nobody takes that lightly. And I gave the brother the best example. I said there's a reason why we have laws for copyright infringement and trademarks, violations. I just said that. I mean, you would think that would mean something to him. Nope. Responded. Didn't even let that sit in. Just responded right away. It's like, dude, we have laws against stealing and copycatting and clenching and tethering on and stuff, anchoring on. We got laws against it. It's bad. You give us a bad name. No, we must protect the brand. Moneybag Yo got a song called "Protect the Brand." No, we're done letting tethers uh, uh take our name. Wait, bro. I thought you hung up. You still here? I can hear you while I'm talking. So, bro, I'm gonna remove you, put you back in the chat, and we'll talk next day. Appreciate you, but I think you don't know that we can hear you still. All right, but it was a pleasure. Peace. Yeah. So the brother, and that's the thing, fam. When you call in and you have a discussion with people, even though you disagree, you got to at least be listening to learn what they're saying. Okay? He had a rebuttal everything I said. Like, dude, are you not listening? And that's the thing. Everybody wants to be vulnerable. They want us to be defenseless. No, we know who we are, so let's just leave it like that. Let people say what they want to say about us, and let's not dust the dirt off our collar. No, those days are old, man. And like you say, he might have a tether girlfriend, tether mother-in-law, whatever. I don't know. But something, his boss is giving him brownie points. I don't know, but something is off right there. Or he might not be FBA himself all the way. He might be a half breed, dual allegiance. But something definitely wasn't right there. They got a song. Something just ain't right. Yeah, something just wasn't right there. Okay, so this is a PDF family. So I'm still putting it together. So there's a lot of uh I gotta do a lot of that right there. But this is the PDF is in motion. So this right here is going over our culture. I first asked the question, what is culture? The accepted definition, generic definition, and then I go into how we do have culture. And I explain the culture. It's in the PDF. I go very, very deep. Matter of fact, let me do this. Let me do that right there. Bam. That looks better. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so it's a lot of subcategories here, and it's a lot. 109 pages. It's gonna be a little more than that. It's gonna be a thick PDF. I'm seeing right now. And I'm gonna do family with the right resources, and it's gonna take some money. And I mean, but with the right resources, family, because it's gonna be so many pages. I'm going to make it a book, okay? And maybe you guys just pay for the shipping. You feel something like that. You feel me? I don't know. But I'm gonna try to make it very cost efficient where you're not really paying for the but if anybody know about self-publishing, it ain't cheap. But anyway, I'm gonna try to make it cost efficient where your pockets don't hurt really like that. But if it's like getting to 200s, it's gonna be better off as a physical book. And and I think that'd be dope. You have a physical book in your hand, and I'm gonna have the whole content, the contents, what's in the book in the beginning. So it's gonna be. I think I'm gonna do that because when I first thought of this idea, family, I thought it was gonna be just like 30 pages, 10 pages. But there's so much stuff that we gotta throw in here. I'm like, nah, that 30-page idea. So now we talk about the trademark of Tariq Nasheed because he trademarked. Okay, like they act like trademarking is something bad now. That's how the brother was talking. Trademark is evil. So trademarking is evil now. All right. So bam, bam, bam. So this is how it's made. This is how the PDF is made. By the way, I got a little Microsoft skills hand there. Nothing too crazy. Okay, but this is the whole genius in trademarking. Then I talk about, as you can see, I get on Jesse Jackson. I talk about how did we go from black to African American, and this is going to be a separate thought, separate build on. So there you go, boom. Okay, so we go into Jesse Jackson. So time period, 1960s to the 1800s, we recall Negro and color. 1900s, 1950s, we recall color, Negro, NAACP. 1960s and 1970s, Black asserted by civil rights and Black Power movement. In 1980s, African American. So this is a fact, family. So there's no need to argue when African American emerged as a formal and ethnic name for us. People can say what they want to say. Oh, that term was around in the 1700s. Yeah, whatever. Hey, anybody call himself that though? The majority of people call themselves colored Negro happily, and not until the late 1980s when people start using this for the first time nationally. So I go into all that, the Jesse Jackson, and blah 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 blah, and why did it get accepted so fast? Look, there was no vote, no census choice, and no community-wide democratic process. So why did it stick? Media adoption, media, elite endorsement. This was so I don't just say it was a some Russian troll, or government conspiracy. This is it's the proof. It's a fact. Here's the proof: media adoption, elite endorsement. I'm giving you it. White institutional comfort, cultural shift. Was it lawful? Yes, but not in the sense of legally binding. Because you got a lot of stupid people. Yeah, but it was federally. It wasn't a law passed by Congress. It was a social and linguistic shift. The U.S. Census Bureau and federal agencies began recognizing African American in demographic surveys, right? Legal documents, job forms, school applications, etc., adapted over time, similar to how Latino replaced Hispanic in some contexts. There was no law requiring Black people to call themselves African American. It was optional, but became mainstream through elite adoption and media saturation. So, family, the same media that always talk bad about us, what about black on black crime, embraced African American without any really pushback. Was there resistance? Absolutely. Many foundational Black Americans and everyday Black folks requesting outright rejection the label. You dig? So no, we were not on that at all. So I want to let me push that down. There you go. So final thought. Boom, 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 boom. It keeps freezing. Give it a chance. But yeah, man. So I pretty much got an argument. I'm trying to get like the most. I got pretty much good information, and I got rebuttals on the most common pushback you'll get from time wasting. Let me back that up. From time wasting tethers and time wasting docs. Okay. So, but it's a lot, and it answers a lot of questions too. Uh, so even when old boy had called in, you read this, uh, and you would definitely fare well against them. It won't work. None of that pushback is going to work. Okay. But it talks about when other people call themselves Black, it was always as a color, a descriptor, adjective. It was lowercase b. You feel me? And look, I even go to why Pan-Africans get it twisted. So this is a great, 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 great PDF for free. Not charging one dime for the PDF, but if I put it in a book form, it looks like that's where it's headed. I know how to do that. I got skills on that. But if anybody is better than me, then okay. So I talk about the Arabic use Balad al Sudan. They use that. You dig? I'm on them. I'm on them. I'm on them. I'm way ahead of them. Yeah. So I talk about why lineage-based reparations are legally stronger in the U.S. than race-based. We talk about reparations. We talk about the Black American Heritage Flag. Why this come about? Melvin Charles. Why did he feel like he had to come up with this flag? It gives the reasons and explains the red stripe, black stripe, gold wheat sheaf, trademark protection. Yes, the design was trademarked in the 1960s. So Melvin Charles was our leader before Tariq Nasheed. They are crazy. Yeah, so Melvin Charles was our leader because he trademarked the flag and the name Black American Heritage Flag. It's a goofy argument, family. This is why they come up here, they try, and they fall, they fail. You know what? That might be a new song, family. They try, they fall, they fail. They try, they fall, they fail. That might be the new song. They try, they fall, they fail. Yeah, I'm gonna work on that. That will be the new song.
Or against each other, because it makes no sense in the grand scheme of things for us to be going against each other or think because you know of your heritage you're better than us, or saying that African Americans don't have culture. In reality, a lot of people envy and want to be our culture. It's like, let's, instead of trying to knock each other down a notch, let's respect.
There we go with the knock each other down garbage. A cultural superpower 9 in super chat. $4 for some coffee, yes sir, or tea. I appreciate it. Super sticker love, lineage love. Thank you very much. It's well appreciated.
What each
Yeah, so the link is in the chat. People click the link. If you agree and you're pro lineage, the link is there for you. If you disagree and you got a question or two, or you need some clarity, the link is there for you. So this is open link, until I leave around. What time I leave? I'm gonna leave in about 2 hours. 2 hours I leave. So the link is gonna be there for the next 2 hours.
People bring to the equation, and we need to unite and come together, because it's like, at the end of the day, all we really have is each other. And when I say that, I mean, at the end of the day, you see this color, other people see this color, and they come up with their prejudice or their...
No, they don't. Okay, Nigerians are black as hell, and they flourish throughout the United States, man. They go ahead and get all type of loans, and they go around discrimination rules set for us. So no, it's not about color. It's not about color. They're very dark, and they move very easily in America, bro. It's not about color, man. It's not about color. Okay, it's about lineage. It ain't. We're gonna change. Not only are we gonna change the black on the racial category form to POAD, people of African descent, or person if it's a singular person, if it's that person of African descent. But we're also going to change that right there, what he's talking about.
Past experience, but you see it and you see another black person, and it's, for me, it's always been a different experience. I always give the obligatory head nod, or I try and be nice and respect.
Okay, so yeah, it's not about color, my guy. Not about color, not about color, not about color. We ain't gonna let you pull that off, the whole color thing. Like I said, Nigerians come over here and they do things, and they're accepted in certain communities with white folks. They be there with the Klan rallies, burning crosses right along with them. You dig? Nah, it ain't about that. It's always been about lineage based. So I was gonna say this. We're gonna also replace racism, right? We're gonna start calling it racism because first of all, they're making race, they're making black a race category, which I totally disagree with. We're gonna put POAD there, POD, and we're gonna change racism to anti-lineageism or something like that, or lineageism. We're gonna put lineage there. We take it because it's not about race in this country. It's about the lineage. People who are tied to this lineage, FBA lineage, these are the people being attacked. Or if they attack somebody else, they thought you was one of us. Okay, but they want us. They don't want you like that. They want us. So you're being attacked not because of who you are and how you look. You're being attacked because how we look and who we are. They think you're one of us.
Respectful. And it's like, where do we go wrong to where if you know that you're Jamaican or you're Haitian, that you're better than someone that doesn't know of their heritage. It's like we're already being suppressed by the government or white people or other races. Why are we doing it to ourselves? Another thing that really played into me wanting to make this video is recently in the last few years I've gotten into Afro beats, and I'm a very intuitive and spiritual person, and it's something about the energy and the vibes and the effect of that music that I really feel like
embracing my inner self. I feel like the femininity comes out when I listen to Afro beats. I feel like making a clap. I feel like a woman when I listen to Afro. What this dude? Look at the bowl cut. Like, dude, stop.
it's a game changer, and it's something that's kind of drawn me more to it in rap music recently. And I just feel like if us as black people, instead of judging other people's culture or beliefs, we need to start getting out of our box and learning that, because I feel like if more people are listening to Afro beats, or if more people were sharing within cultures, instead of having these diaspora wars, we would be growing as a community and building something that we can be passing on and actually make a difference in communities, instead of being divided by Jamaican, Haitian, Ethiopian, Nigerian, or whatever ethnicity you are. We all need to start realizing that we only have each other, because everyone else is literally out to get us. Whether you're in China, Russia, whatever country you are, the first people they are out to get when things get rough is black people. So why are we going at each other? So yeah, that's really what I wanted to make this video about. If after me going on this rant, agree or want to support or follow me, I appreciate it. You can give me a like or subscribe. Let me know in the comment sections whether you agree, disagree. Maybe I'm off base and there aren't these big diaspora wars, but I've been seeing it more recently and it made me feel compelled to make this video. But as you know, if Chris K's, I'm going to give you guys hip hop or pop culture news when it's there. So make sure to subscribe, turn on the notification bell for all my videos so you can like and participate in the comment section. This Chris Cadence.
Yo, my man sound like he had all type of sorts of issues upstairs, man. Like, dude, like you didn't really sound like you were regular Ed at all. Okay. All right, let me stop that video. I gotta start. Look at this. You don't even want to pause. I gotta start doing my police reaction videos. All right. Okay. Now I'm tired. This troll right here. Now
there was a artist a few weeks ago that had made a statement about it was how mixed people are viewed in her country.
Okay.
And the word colored over there means different. It was Tyler. The word
who?
Tyler.
Oh, Tyler.
Yeah, the word colored in South Africa means something different than in America. And I was just confused about we all black at the end of the day. Like she was saying that.
No, we're not all black. You see, that's what I don't want. So I supposed to leave that alone, right? So now the caller, like I said, again, y'all gotta stop smoking and drinking before you call in, man. Try to be the smartest you can be when you click that. The link is up there, by the way. But try to be as smart as you can be to come talk to me. Like y'all can't afford to be smoked out and drunk calling in, man. Like really, because I'm going to talk over your head. This is why we cannot allow that. So we're going to be quiet because we know who we are. Yeah, but see, that was people say witchcraft, what he did earlier when he called in. Yeah, but outside people don't know what we're doing. Right. So we're not trying to make it just clear amongst the lineage. We try to make this shit abundantly clear internationally. That's where he got it effed up at. It's like, dude, this ain't no secret. Yo, let's keep it a secret. We're delineating. No, this is a public announcement, my boy. We want to put the world on notice. We are FBA. Don't confuse with nobody. We're here. Here we are. What's good? And dig? Squabble up. That's the announcement we're making. And see what he just said? We're all black. We're not all black. And we're checking that and we're repoing that black. All right? No, we're not all black, bro. We're black. She's South African. Colored.
Since she's white and black, she considers herself colored and not black because she's multiracial. So
no, she's not white and black. She's some European. She's white, South African, and she's African. She's South African. Shit, that's the name. She's South African, and she's mixed with some type of European over there. That's all, bro. Ain't no black and white. Black and white is over here. In other places, that's not black and white. That's a European from whatever they from, and that is a South African right there. There you go.
Yeah, I think it's just a difference in how we view nationality and ethnicity.
Yeah, you're dumb. So you remember that question? Are you dumb? That is for him. Okay, so we got a super chat back in the building. Mandalorian. We killing that we all black talk this year. Take it out back and then put it down. Yeah. We done with that. We all black. Yeah, no, we not. Some of us, you might can get away with. We're all. Well, you can never say all because all of us ain't nothing. All of us, there's no all. Some people are always been here. You dig? Some people came over with slave ships. So no, but a lot of us, you can say some of us are POAD, P-O-A-D, P as in pumpkin, P-O-A-D, A-D as in dog, POAD, people of African descent, persons of African descent. You can say that, but don't say we're all black. We're not. As I explained to the caller, that's like saying, hey, we're all Jamaican. Like, does that make sense? Does that make sense to say all of the diaspora is Jamaican? Right, that's goofy, right? Yeah, well, black is the same way. Yeah, you're just as goofy if you say everybody's black. Okay? Or everybody's African. Those are all bad terms to use. Okay, but I'll let you get away with POAD, P-O-A-D, people of African descent, persons of African descent. But but all the other stuff you're doing, stop. That's not working. That is definitely not working.
Misinformed perception, because when I come to America and I start mixing with other African Americans, and I have adults in my ears, African elders saying, "Don't do this, don't do that."
Don't hang around with them.
You guys are misinformed, brother. Like, you should see what the white folks are doing.
Yeah, you think
So when he says his African folks say don't do that, don't do this, he's saying the context is don't go around those FBAs. That was the context. And that's what he's saying. Well, if you think they're bad, look at the white people in the country.
Completely misinformed.
Look,
that.
So he's talking about their elders, that quote elders. He's saying how misinformed they are about Foundation Black Americans. So they had this weird perception about us that's like negative. And the youth is saying, hey, man, they're not as bad as you're making them out to be, Dad, Elder, Baba. Yeah, but why? The question I have to these coons, these not coons, but tethers, is why is your dad coming to America with white supremacist views about us? Please answer that. And then that's when you get the crickets. Humada, yeah.
Generation of adults gives birth to kids. Us.
Yes, millennials and Gen Zs.
Right? And they say...
See, wait, let me go back. See, the context is okay, let me go back even further. He's saying that their parents come to America with the white supremacist mindset, and then they have kids who don't grow up with the white supremacist mindset, and the kids end up telling the parents, hey, they ain't that bad. Almost like white kids, right? Don't white kids have parents who with white supremacist thoughts? And then don't they hang around us and say, Dad, chill out. They're not that bad. That's what when they say enemy, it's like, yo, y'all the enemy together. Y'all thinking like y'all both got to convince y'all parents we ain't that bad. What's the difference between white supremacists? Come on.
Of what actually their generations, right? So it was passed down from our parents. Because we need to know where we're coming from to know where we're going, right? I think a lot of Africans, and this is why I would hold Africans accountable, is it's almost like a superiority complex that a lot of us have back home against African Americans, where it was passed down from our parents.
Superiority complex because of what? Why do Africans have that superiority complex?
Back to that media control, right? So in the media, all our parents saw from African Americans,
a negative perception.
Negative perception. Let me break down their generations, right? So the 80s, you have the crack epidemic.
Crack epidemic.
You have in the 90s the Rodney King stuff, the Watts riots, all that. Mm-hmm. They're not being given a perspective of what actually sparked those things, right? They're misinformed.
Just showing African Americans in the streets destroying, looting.
Exactly. Then they'll show the perception they have is, oh, this drug dealer wearing big chains, flashing a lot of cash, rapping, blah, blah, right? And they're looking at it like, oh, no, I don't want to be like that.
I don't want my kids to be associated to like that, yeah.
All the while, they're stuck in the colonial mindset, so they start pandering to the white man, right? So they're saying, oh, how can I be like the white man? Or how can I...
You see in media, the white kids, they live in a nice home, American home.
You heard that? They start pandering the white man. How can I be like the white man? And how can you be like the white man and not be anti-FBA lineage? Explain that one. How do you be like the white man, but don't take on his hatred for us, for FBAs? How's that possible, sir? That's being like the white man.
No, what they have is, oh, this drug dealer wearing... They'll show the perception they have is, oh, this drug dealer wearing big chains, flashing a lot of cash, rapping, blah, blah, right? And they're looking at it like, oh, no, I don't want to be like that.
I don't want my kids to be like associated to like that, yeah.
All the while, they're stuck in the colonial mindset, so they start pandering to the white man, right? So they're saying, oh, how can I be like the white man? Or how can I...
You see in media, the white kids, they live in a nice home, American home, mom and dad,
that's the perception they're given, right?
Yeah.
So now, they come on to... that generation of adults gives birth to kids, us.
Yes, millennials and Gen Zs.
Right? And they say, don't go hanging out with so-and-so.
Yeah, they're not good people.
You know what I'm saying? A completely misinformed perception. Because when I come to America and I start mixing with other African Americans, and I have... adults in my ears, African elders saying, don't do this, don't do that.
Yeah, don't hang around with them.
You guys are misinformed, brother. Like, you should see what the white folks are doing.
Yeah, you think, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You should be really worried about it.
You should really be worried about them.
Steve, bro.
So, all that to say, man, like, the media...
They played us.
Once you control the media, you control
the narrative. You control the narrative.
You control the narrative. You control the outcome. You control so much. You are so powerful that things like this happen. So now you have a bunch of uninformed and misinformed Africans saying, "Oh, I don't like Black Americans," or "I don't know that." Then you have vice versa. A lot of Black Americans saying, "Oh, you can feed an African for $1 a day. You can
African booty scratcher."
That type thing.
Show
right?
them, eat a blood diamond.
Now I don't give a damn what you say. At best, those are jokes. Little kids are saying. At best, you just described grown ass adults, mature adults, coming to this country to be great, and they have this hatred for a lineage. That is not the same, my boy. You're comparing grown-ass adults that come to this country that want to be like the white man, y'all words, that want to pander to the white man, and you're trying to compare that to a bunch of goddamn elementary kids that's treating you different because your dad influenced you guys how bad we are. Yes, you're going to get the African booty scratcher. That's their way of delineating, of saying you're tether. That's a kid way of saying you're tether. They don't know how to express it the correct way, so it's going to come in a joke form. But they know you're being funny. They know something ain't right. Hey, man, this kid kind of looks like me, but they're not embracing me. They're staying away from us every day. And they got the stink look. Well, so what happened? I slapped him. I don't touch nobody. Yeah, but man, I had no choice. This guy making me feel weird. Like, that's what happens.
diamonds,
blood diamonds and all
child
that.
soldiers.
Right, because that's all you see.
We live in villages, we climb trees, huts, and stuff like that.
We have to go fetch water daily.
Oh, my God, that's so terrible.
We got lions
They
roaming
played
around.
us.
Come
They
on,
got us
bro.
both. They got us both really good.
We gotta understand they played us, bro.
The way we speak the English language.
And I had asked these, I'll ask them again. Can I talk to one of these guys? Look, I already asked these guys right there 2 weeks ago. I said, can I have one of you brothers onto my podcast? Great show. I'm lying to get them to, and nobody responded. This guy just compared their parents borrowing white supremacist ideas to kids that are responding to the children who took their advice of their parents to stay away from us because we're gangsters and criminals. So our children are responding to that. And he's saying it's the same. Okay. And that's why I said, hey man, let's get this conversation going, bro. Hop on the podcast. Let's talk about this.
Language, it's you have to understand where all of these things come from. It's it's so deliberate. The media played us both to perfection because, again, just like how in the FBI when Hoover was cracking down on all of these civil rights leaders, you don't think they understood the number one priority could be to not allow that bridge to happen? The FBI followed Malcolm X. The FBI followed all the civil rights leaders, and they followed them especially when they went to visit the African leaders. Don't you think the U.S. government understood how dangerous it would be if that bridge existed?
Yeah.
So there had to be a deliberate effort.
Hoover he delivered a speech to
the FBI was so afraid of us linking up with Africa that they allowed 400,000 Nigerians into the country. Oh, it was so scared of us connecting with them. Yeah, sure. And like 4 or 6 million other folks. They're very afraid of us connecting with Africa. Sure.
To the FBI saying the greatest threat to national security
was it the Black Panthers?
was the Black Panther Party.
Yes, there's a reason.
You know what I'm saying?
There's a reason, and it's deliberate. It happened, and it's been so effective because, as you see now, Africans are here, African Americans are here. We have Killmonger, we have T'Challa. And we're still here instead of talking about solutions and pathways and avenues and how can we use both of our intelligence, both of our network, our natural resources that belongs to us to build our community, to go back to where we were before Oyibo man ever came and destroyed everything.
Right.
That's what we're talking about. We're not talking about a utopia.
No.
We're talking about getting back to a place where we're oppression-free,
or not even
misinformed-free, and miseducation-free.
And maybe not even getting back per se, but moving forward.
Moving forward. Let's not even use getting back.
Right.
Moving forward.
We're moving forward. We're looking at it like, guys, out with that, all that. We're not taking that anymore. Look, we're all educated. We're all equally capable. Let's move forward together, because if we don't, the same shit's going to continue, right? So that's the angle that we're coming from. Never the, oh, you must know this and nah, bro, dub that. Like, let's talk about these.
We're focusing more on solutions, but yes, go ahead.
Let me talk about and specifically within the diaspora wars, right? There's been this debate about foundational Black Americans versus Africans.
Foundational Black Americans.
Foundational Black Americans.
Okay. So to Africans, clearly, like me, I don't know what foundational. Do you have any information about them?
The term foundational Black Americans gained prominence in the 2020s as a way to distinguish this group from more recent immigrants of African descent to the United States, particularly those from the Caribbean and Africa. The term is sometimes used to emphasize the unique cultural, historical, and political experiences of Black Americans, and to call for greater recognition and respect for their contributions to American society, or sentience. A deep sense of connection to the history and culture of Black Americans, including the struggles and achievements of their ancestors in the face of systemic racism and oppression. Frustration with the ongoing legacy of racism and inequality in the United States, including disparities in areas such as education, healthcare, and criminal justice. A desire for the greater recognition and respect for the contributions of Black Americans to American society, including their role in building the country's economy, culture, and political institutions. Those are just some of them.
Facts. Facts. I agree with all of those.
I think anyone who's against that is probably problematic, don't you think?
No, yeah. I think from what you're saying, 100% African Americans do deserve their respect and credit for having, as we talked about last episode, significant contributions to all aspects of American society.
Overwhelming contributions.
Overwhelming.
Yeah.
With no credit given for, and with all the marginalization, racism, systematic racism that has existed, it has created the wealth gap and all of these things that, rightfully so, there should be reparations to that.
Here comes the but.
But how has this come against now?
I told you. So that means everything I just said, scratch it, throw it in trash, discard it from the record, omit it. Here goes the but. They just couldn't leave it like that. Here comes the but.
Reparations to that. But how has this come against now somewhat coming to us being perceived? Because when I read through our comments and see what people are saying of identifying as FBA, most have been really good in terms of unity, but I'm seeing some of that now being deemed as us Africans being an op.
Right. It's now against Africans.
How can such a strong, great message end up your own brothers and sisters?
Our own brother. We're always the blame, family. We're always the aggressor. It's always us. And the brother that called in, he wants to believe the same thing. Just don't. He's saying what they're saying about us is let it go. No, sir. We're not letting anything stick. They're throwing all type of stuff at us. You dig? And we're not gonna let any of it stick. They're throwing gum at us. It's not gonna stick. I'm sorry. You called in to hope to try to get us to disarm ourselves. Ain't happening, bro. Ain't happening. So all the blame. Now he just said, they just openly admitted that their fathers come over here with white supremacist views and want to pander to white supremacists. Brother, you can't do a simple mathematical equation. We hate white supremacy and your parents are voluntarily, gladly accepting it. And you think we're going to rock with you and not call you out? Are you nuts? You can't be serious.
Coming into, direct line of fire.
Yeah.
And I think we saw someone talk about this with the Nigerian terms, right?
Akata?
Akata.
Let me play that clip for you so you can, here it is.
Some of the most racist people, in my opinion, towards Black Americans
Hold on.
in this country.
Let me start it over.
Nigerians are some of the most racist people, in my opinion, towards Black Americans in this country. They call us all types of Akadas and all other types of things.
Damn.
An Akada is the N-word, or with the hard R at the end of it.
But that's crazy.
But
go ahead.
It's true, though.
Finish your point.
No, I finished the point. They call us Akadas and all types of They
I
don't
see what you
appreciate
mean.
us.
Think about this. Nigerians are racist towards people in Africa too. They literally think they're the best country.
That's like that clip. What do you think about it? Okay. First off, I want to say this. He did say it's an opinion. So there's no factual basis, right? Two, he's using two different terminologies. He's saying Nigerians are racist towards Black Americans.
Racist.
But we're the same race. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know how you can be.
See, family, they play on those words. That's why, no, brother. We're not going to fall for your trick. See, Nigerians are racist, but how can they be racist? They're part of the same race. That's like Irish being racist toward. No, that's like, yeah, look at this tether. Yeah, aren't Irish people and white Americans part of the same race? And Italians? Okay. We're white Americans racist, quote unquote, to Irish and Italians? Oh, so you can be racist amongst the same race, even though I hate the name black for our racial category, and I'm always say I hate that, and we're gonna fight to change that out of there.
Be racist towards your own, but we're the same race. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know how you can be racist towards your own. Actually, you could be racist towards your own kind. You could be Uncle Ruckus, man. I don't know.
You're being too nice to this guy.
Hold on, let me. I'm trying to give him his. I'm trying to be diplomatic here.
Good luck.
3. The way the word Akata was used, I didn't even know about that word till I moved to America.
Pretty much.
But the way it's used is.
Oh boy, they're gonna just. And yo, family, they be acting like there's some bridge, there's some gap to be bridged. Okay, and he's gonna justify Kata. Come on, like they gotta know, man. You are that stupid, or the question is, are you dumb? You don't know that what you're about to say right now makes things worse for you. Like, yo, this is why we don't want to be around you. You're gonna justify Kata when there's so many Africans that said, yes, y'all not crazy. Akata is a derogatory term meant exclusively for FBAs and loosely can be applied to any POAD that Nigerians don't rock with.
How I've heard it, it's from, again, our parents' generation.
One tribe in Nigeria.
One tribe, right, in Nigeria. But from our parents' generation to say, oh, this Akata means like American.
American, yeah.
So I think that brother's misinformed. While he is talking about Nigerians and him saying Nigerians are, I'm not going to say racist because you can't say racist, but Nigerians are very like, they're very tribal. All that Niger know they carry last.
They're proud.
They're very proud of who they are.
But we desperately need that to retain our Africanness, if anything.
I agree. And I think I appreciate.
Interesting, because when we're proud, they'll call us xenophobic and, divisive. Interesting.
Nigerians for doing that too, because if you're standing in a room with 10 people, you're going to know who the Nigerian is. Whether they say it or not, you're going to know it. You need that.
Hey, you caught it, Sunlord? Sunlord said he just said he didn't know what FBA meant. Right. Yeah, these guys are so corny, but he knows everything as soon as the guy gives the definition. Like, Africans are so brilliant that, like, his brain gets a memory upgrade. And he just, okay, I know everything about FBA now. Now he knows, now he's a scholar about FBAs. A minute ago, he knew nothing about us. Now he knows everything about us, our psyche, everything.
You need someone to be a strong voice. You need someone to be pro-black. You need someone to be pro I am who I am. I do understand what he's saying about the Akata, but I don't think he's been presented the right Nigerians, maybe.
I wish I had a scissor and I'll go and cut off both of their mics, all of their mics. That's how I feel about it. I just wish I just cut it off. Because yes, it is opinion based. What is your goal? What is the goal of that opinion? What is your real objectives? Nigerians are the most racist Africans because of maybe your experience. What are you getting out of this? Who are you telling this to? What do you want out of it? What is the outcome? If you have such an opinion so profound that you need to go on social media and proclaim this, that Nigerians are so racist that they call you Akaras and all kinds of stuff. Why are you doing this? Who are you helping? That's just what I know. Like, who are you helping?
Now, here they go. These guys get paid, it's proven that these guys get paid on farms, troll farms by the Russians. Yeah, it's always projection. Dude, y'all documented to get paid to troll us and undermine us and cosplay as us. You guys actually get paid to do it. And then your dads come over here and they want to pander to white supremacists. And your conclusion is who we are working for? Yeah, you cannot make this stuff up, family. Straight projection and delusion.
Because we can give you a historical lesson on your whole concept of even Nigerians in one.
Oh yeah, they're gonna always teach us. We don't know history, right? We're just dumb FBAs. Everybody's gonna teach us history.
Word in tribe of Nigeria, the most diverse. Nigeria is like a mini continent in terms of its diversity.
Yeah.
For you to take one tribe, one word, and now use it to summarize, we can go down the historical route and just eradicate anything that you mentioned there that has any substance. It doesn't. But really, why are you doing this? If you want to promote and ensure, as you mentioned about foundational Black Americans, all the recognition and reparations they do deserve, yes. But what benefit is it for you to go and proclaim this? And then
didn't the caller pretty much say that called in? Those are pretty much his words. If you want to see your FBA, okay, do that. But don't do anything else. Just do that. Don't defend, don't educate, don't ward off, don't promote. Just say your FBA. You know you are. Just let us just cosplay and anchor and disrespect y'all, and just take it. You'll like it. Like, this is exactly how to call. This is the caller. Hey, caller, was this you right here?
Buddy, the recognition and ensure, as you mentioned about foundational Black Americans, all the recognition and reparations they do deserve, yes. But what benefit is it for you to go and proclaim this? And then your buddy there, I told her he will bounce back. He goes and says Nigerians are even racist to other Africans. Who told you that?
I think people
Who told you that?
are just misinformed.
You know these guys, bro, I'm telling you, they should be podcast police. Get scissors and just cut off mics. Even if we say so, just cut off these mics. You can't say those things. These things are what causes the divide. We just, came for Acho for making wild statements. And then here's this guy making another wild statement on the other side. You see, this is the problem. We can literally just go every week talking about these problematic statements, but what is the goal and who are you trying to help by spreading that misinformation, even if it's an opinion, even if it is an opinion. Even if it's your opinion, keep it to yourself, because that will not have any benefit.
So he told him to keep the opinion of him being called a Akata to himself, but he don't tell the Nigerians who call us Akatas to keep the Akata to themselves. You see, it's almost what old boy said when he called. Hey, you don't got to defend yourselves, man. Nah, you know who you are. Take the high road. No, like I keep telling you guys, we get low, flow rider, low. We get low like Lil Jon and East Side Boys. You guys want to get low? You guys want to go low? We get low. Flow rider, and we to the window, to the wall with it. We gonna get lower. Weekends at Bernie's, you dig? Limbo dancing. That's where we going. No, we gonna swing high and then swing low. We are taking no high roads, and they're mad. That's why they hate Tariq Nasheed. He won't take the high road like Cornel West. Cornel West looked at so bad debating Candace Owens. It was so just, oh my God, man. Like, dude, sit your old ass down, man. It was so sad. Like, he gonna show us how to take the high road when they're being openly disrespected by Candace Owens. No, sir. And that's why they hate Yvette and them, because they will not take the goddamn high road. That's why they hate the Jason Blacks, the Professor Truths, and the Dennis Sperlings, and the Afro Elites, and the Black Alphas, and the sister, I gotta get her name. All of us out here fighting for the lineage. They hate that because we are not taking no goddamn high road. We are getting low. Weekends at Bernie.
To everything that we mentioned, and it doesn't have any value to us as Black people and what we're facing. It's not a value-based opinion.
Right.
and you're using a platform to miseducate and misinform. Trump supporters had a lot of opinions.
A whole lot of them.
The colonialists had a lot of opinions.
That's true. That's true. Shit. Yeah.
You know, so that's what I say, man. I'm telling you, like, I saw that, you know, I've seen similar clips like that, Anzo, and it's just extremely problematic.
Not only is it problematic, it's done the very thing that we're trying to undo, which is divisive. That's right. Continues to divide more than to unite. So
I wish, you know, we can spend more time again providing, you know, less.
Look, they are the cause of the division. You sold us, man. Yeah, let's start right there. The division was sown by you guys. You guys sold us. Okay, so you can't sell and then bring back together, or you know, whatever you're trying to do. That's out. That's out. It's up to us now if we want to forgive and forget. You know, you did your job. You sold us. Your harm is done. It's written historically. You're out. You can't do nothing to remedy this. It's on us now to forgive and forget. And right now we're saying we ain't ready. And matter of fact, cut the check. You sold us into slavery. We got enslaved. They're going to cut their check. You sold us into slavery. Cut the check. Cut the check, and we can start, you know, the healing process from there. All right? But do cut the check. Or ain't nothing to talk about Africa.
Talking and providing on ways we can, you know, amplify each other.
Mm-hmm.
Who's doing great things, discuss those projects, challenges, solutions. How can we improve? Why don't we, you know, put our efforts on that?
Right.
Investing in the whole Black community, making sure we're supporting our businesses, having ownership, connecting. Can we just focus on that?
Let's focus on that.
We're that. That's what we want to focus on.
Exactly.
We don't want to be.
I think that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
We don't want to be.
I know you guys. Yeah. The offender, the plaintiff. Yeah. No. The offender, the defendant. Yeah, they want to forgive and forget. Yeah, I know. That makes sense. You guys want to throw rocks and hide your hands and don't want to be held accountable. No, we're going to ask you to show your hands, show the rest of those rocks, and then lock your ass up and cut the check.
Here reading about this guy don't buy cards.
Right.
We don't want that. Can we, you know, I would like to hear someone of substance who
subjective.
Yes.
Or sorry, substantial information. Here's the last thing I'll say before we kind of cut out.
Yeah.
Hold on. Shout out to this tee right here.
That's a dope T-shirt.
This
bro.
is above our differences, my boy.
You got some legends on that shirt,
So,
bro.
Yeah, I ain't legend on that shirt. Yeah, dude, keep using our AAVE in the strong African accent, and that's just not given, man. I'm sorry, that's not given at all.
I can see the legends, or if you don't know who they are.
If Anzo walks out on the street with that shirt, the way people might start buying down.
But here's the last thing I'll say, right? When I see a Black man, Black woman out in public, the first thing I think is that's my brother or that's my sister. I don't care if you're from Togo, if you're from Botswana, if you're from Memphis, if you're from New York, if you're from California, if you're from wherever the hell, if you're from Brazil, if I see a Black man or a Black woman, the first thing I think is that's my kin, right? So no matter how much someone else tells me they are not my kin, that's on them, which is where the divisiveness comes in, right? If you don't want to be associated with me, I'm fine with that.
That's fine.
Best of luck to you. But you need to understand that my objective is always going to be unity within Black people, no matter how much disappointment we have and no matter how much joy we have. The message is always going to stay the same. And the objective is always going to stay the same. I'm saying that to address certain people in the comments,
Yes.
right? You can shout all you want.
That's fine.
That's fine. Just know
You can't stop us.
It's not going to change the way I see another black man or another black woman. Me? You've heard it from me, right? That's my objective. I'm rooting for everybody black, and
well, you're rooting for our lineage and only our lineage, but you're not. Okay, first of all, you're including yourself, which that's disrespectful, and their chat is cooking them, right? So apparently they got some FBA Adolf, descendants of freedmen, in the chat cooking them. Like, oh, he looks like he about to cry, yo. I'm reading the chat. Yeah, you know the rules. Don't read that chat. He is cook lighting his ass up.
I'm going to try and unite us so that we may have more prosperity.
I'm going to try to unite us. Ain't that some goddamn balls? An African who just got here yesterday, like Marcus Garvey, knows all of the answers to our problems. Just got here yesterday. Ain't been here long enough. Ain't link up with no political activists, no political leader, nothing. Just got all the answers. He's going to do it. We can't, FBAs can't do it. But he's going to do it with this shirt.
More peace, more unity, and overall
he's about to cry, yeah.
More happiness.
Well said, brother.
If you're not down with that, best of luck to you.
Best of luck, and we're not the forum to argue and
we're not the forum to promote your divisiveness.
We're not.
We're not. But you guys promoted the whole show, and now they want to address it. They say, hey, yo, send the phone number. Let me call in. Oh, I don't want to talk about the lies I just spewed. Yeah.
And you cannot tell us, no, how dare you not talk? No, yes, we are.
Yeah.
This is how we view this is what we value.
And that's why I got the slogan. They love to talk about us, but they hate to talk to us. And they just said that their chat was saying, send a link, let us talk, send the phone number. I don't want to talk about it. I'm African and I say so.
This is what we think will help us be free from the oppression.
So if you can't get down with that,
if you're not down with that, cool. That's cool. Do your thing, brother. Good luck. Best of luck. But you can't tell us not to.
You can't tell us not to.
And we're clearly seeing this is an overwhelming number of.
Yeah, they're telling us. Yeah, look at the audacity, family. Y'all gotta peep this. They're telling us, hey man, we got a mission. If you ain't rocking with it, cool, go do you. In America. Hold up. They're not in Nigeria. They're telling us in our country where we're 43 million deep and they are only 400,000 deep. They're telling us, hey man, if you disagree, it's all good. Go do you. We do us. Family, they're 400,000 deep. We're 43 million. And they're acting like they could just wander off and go do them and be great without us, without needing us at all. Like, okay. All right. Go. We'll see. Go. Your YouTube podcast, right? We'll see how many views you get with without us. Okay. Now you see what we did to Kai Sanat and DJ Academics and all these other tethers. Well, start hip hop. You see how we made them gazillionaires. But yeah, you don't need us, right? Okay. You see how Tyler album flop, right? Okay. Go ahead. Go do you. Yeah, you're right. We'll do us and you go do you. You don't need us. And this video in 2 years got 400 views. You could say 500. This video got 500 views in 2 years.
People that are spreading those love and messages and telling us that. And we really appreciate it. And this is what we want to do.
Exactly.
We really want to just foster solutions and how we can be stronger together.
Right. They want to foster solutions, but they want to include FBAs in these solutions. They have the solution. We'll sit back and wait till they're ready.
That's what we want to talk about. That's what we value. If you don't.
Yeah. I'm not interested in trying to fight anyone.
Good luck.
I'm not interested in fighting.
Good luck. So I hope for those who don't understand, get a chance to listen to this and check out our videos and you see our topics where we talk about this is what we want to talk. These are what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
So call us optimists, call us utopian. Good for you.
Good for you.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, all I'm saying is shout out Dr. Umar. He's never lost an argument.
Dr. Umar never lost her. What are you talking about? How'd that come out of nowhere?
Modern day Malcolm.
Real talk. This has been TJMTM.
Yeah, they said Dr. Umar is the modern day Malcolm.
He's never lost an argument. All I'm saying is shout out Dr. Umar. He's never lost an argument.
Modern day Malcolm.
Real talk. This has been TJMTM, the Joel and Me Somebody podcast. Thank y'all for joining us. If you like what you heard, which I hope you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
Yep.
Engage with us, repost. Really appreciate y'all. And yeah, man, stay humble, stay blessed.
Listen to the drums.
We'll catch you in the next episode. Peace.
Yeah, my man said deuces. African as hell and using all AAVE vernacular. This is what, just accept your own and be yourself. Okay? Accept your own and be yourself. Use your language, use your all that, on that deuces stuff. And look, all that talk, family, all that, you go do y'all and we'll go do us, all that talk. Let me tell you what that got them. They thought they was about to just make it big, talking like that. Okay, here we are. Their last video, they gave up, family. They gave up. It was a year ago. They got 182 views and 234 views a year ago. Okay. So they really thought they was going to make it in America without us. This is their last video 1 year ago. Okay. Deuces, all that AAV, but with the FBA hate. Yeah, you're right. Deuces to your show. You lost your goddamn mind. We're 40. Can y'all do basic math? You guys are 400,000 deep. We're 43 million. You think you could come to our country and tell us deuces? You're going to see us at the top. Okay. Okay. And tell us good luck. Go do y'all, boo. Go do you, boo. We're going to do us. Why you worry about us? You do y'all work on y'all message. Yeah, that didn't work out well, did it? Dudes gave up. They quit. They fled from their own show. The hell they talking about? I was going to look up something. I forgot. God damn it. What I was going to look up? I was going to look up something. Hopefully it come back to my mind. I was going to look up something, family. Hopefully it comes back to my mind. How's the chat? How's the chat? How's the chat? Disrespect. Go fix Nigeria. Oh, are they in the United States talking like that? First Nation 1492 says, why are they bringing our leaders on this? Yeah, exactly, man. They got no African representation. They come to FBA and then disrespect us. Say they don't need us. Oh, you don't like what we saying? You guys go do y'all. We'll do us. A year later, they quit. Like, y'all ain't get the memo? You really think you can come into our culture, our world, and disrespect us and thrive without completely going white supremacy? Out your mind. Out your mind. There is no Africans or non-FBAs in this country that can thrive big time without linking up white supremacy. Cannot do it. Won't do it.
The continent, they'll call up and boy, they start getting into the whole Alex Haley roots, dude. They'll be here all night if you let them. Hey, we can't do that. With respect, y'all gotta land them planes. Y'all gotta land them planes. This is not a platform to do village stories. They do that all the time. Like, hello, Teddy. Hello. First of all, I am. I was born here. I'm an American. Oh, brother, we hear your accent. Well, they told him his accents, family. I know a West Coast accent.
Yeah, I was trying to. It was another one I was looking for. It's a funny roast. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, man, but they out their goddamn mind. All right. So let me go this. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Matter of fact, let me share some of the PDF real fast. I want to read something. Can I read something from the PDF? I was gonna talk. Let me see. Shoobity wop, shoobity wop, bop, 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 bop. Yeah, that ain't gonna be good right there. Let me pull something from the PDF. That if I keep building up the pages, I gotta make a small little book. Oh, okay. Now I know what you said about cost. I wouldn't know. Let me just do one thing at a time. Let me get the book first. You know what I mean? But I really don't know about that right now. That's just a thought. But I will know. The one thing about this is that one thing about this type of stuff, I can be transparent and show you exactly how much it costs. Because they'll tell you. It gives you a projection. You know, before you order. Damn it. Okay. Ooh. What the hell? Okay. Okay. Where's the PDF? Okay, so I think this is very important to know because people make up when that ethnogenesis happened. Okay, so when did this is in the PDF, by the way. So when did ethnogenesis begin for enslaved Africans in America? Ethnogenesis began almost immediately because you got some people that lie. Oh, no, it started after this date, that date. It almost happened immediately after Africans were enslaved in North America, not after the transatlantic trade ended in 1808. Because this is the date some fools try to use. No, 200 years earlier, from 1619 onward, enslaved Africans in British North America came from different tribes, languages, religions, and regions, were forcibly stripped of their original ethnic identities, Yoruba, Igbo, Akan, began forming a shared culture, Creole languages. This is talking about everybody, the whole diaspora, spiritual systems, which involved into Black Christianity, foodways, gumbo, okra, etc., kinship systems, extended families, fictive kin, resistance culture, music, folk tales, escape strategies. This shared culture was distinctly not African, but African American and new people. All right, let me back this up right here. Gotta make it make sense. But black, they're using that word African a little too much for me. They new people. Ethnogenesis did not happen after the slave trade. It started during it. So it started during our ethnogenesis started during the slave trade family. The U.S. domestic slave trade accelerated ethnogenesis. It just accelerated it. After the 1808 ban on the transatlantic slave trade, American began breeding and selling enslaved people domestically, especially from Virginia to the Deep South. This forced migration of already U.S. born black people disconnected us from African tribal memory, made there's no such thing as African American. You make these small corrections. Made Black American culture more cohesive and widespread. All right. So it sped it up, family, spread a common language, religion, resistance style, and family structure. Okay. So enslaved people weren't identifying as Africans anymore. They were identifying as a new group with American experience and culture. Okay, so some Pan-African clowns would say we had no time to have an ethnogenesis. False. Ethnogenesis can happen over generations, especially under pressure and isolation. Enslaved Africans had 300 years to evolve into a unique cultural group in America, more than enough time. Ethnogenesis happened after the slave trade. We already cooked that one. Everyone before that were just Africans, overly simplistic. Okay, so we got revenue. Want to try again? All right. I think you try to come back better. Let's go. What up, man? What up?
Hey, good afternoon, Ron. What's up with you, King?
Hey, what it do, man?
Ain't nothing much.
Jerry Schnell.
What's up, King? Why you just lied in front of your whole audience like that?
Oh shit, gotta educate me.
You just said that enslaved Africans didn't identify as Africans when they got to the Americans? Did you really just say that?
Did you really just hear me say that?
I literally just heard you say that.
All right, so you know I was reading, right?
Okay.
Okay, so now let me read it again. Okay, matter of fact, I'm gonna share my screen. See, now this is the problem. This is the selective memory. I keep telling you guys, don't come for me if I did not send for you. Okay, so let's read it together. Enslaved people weren't identifying as Africans anymore. They were identifying as a new group with American experience and culture. So this is post-ethnogenesis. So
So
are we clear now?
can you elaborate a little bit more on that sentence? What you mean by that?
Yes, because I read earlier that after the 1808 ban, we began working in this country free and cheap. Then we fought in the Civil War. We fought in the Revolutionary War. We fought for citizenship. We became American. We called ourselves American. Nobody called themselves African, and we were Americans ever since all the way till now. We've been Americans.
What do you mean nobody identified themselves as African? How does that
Nobody
make
called
sense?
us. We called ourselves Negro and colored. Is that African?
No, that's what the white man called.
No. We called ourselves Negro and colored. Is that true?
No, they refer to
Oh my
themselves as
God.
African.
Who?
Well, we could go down the list of organizations and
Okay,
different people.
no. Not organization. Let's go down to the public consensus. You know how you do a consensus? Yeah, consensus. No. We're gonna do with the average person of. I mean, this is dumb. This is dumb. That's why Jesse Jackson said we gotta call ourselves African. His whole reason for African American is because we were using terms as a collective that did
You're
not connect
jumping time
ourselves.
periods.
No. I'm saying, dude, you're missing the time period. You're missing the reason. As a matter of fact, let me get it for you. No more talking. Let me get it for you. It's in my CDS, by the way, fam. Family, I'm just make sure when you record, you quote me correctly, because you and the other guy be taking L's. And you lucky I don't bring up past conversations. I just move forward. But hold on, let me get into this for you.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I don't usually agree with BSIA, but you gotta agree that Black American culture is elite European culture. Like he said, you gotta agree with that.
Shit, I don't agree nothing. That dude says, okay.
I mean, basketball, hamburger, that's all European culture. The
Hey, yo,
fashion.
let me ask you this. What is the difference between an inventor and an innovator? What's the difference?
I mean, it's self-explanatory in itself.
No. I want no. It sounds like it's not, because it sounds like you're talking about things white people invented and things that we innovated from the invention. So again, what is the difference between it? Because I'll go over that too, by the way. So what is the difference between an inventor and an innovator? Just tell us real briefly. What's the difference?
Innovator evolved the invention and
Evolved. So now who's more known? because we're talking about an adjustment. Because a lot of times you invent something and it's not even like practical. You can't even use it. So
Like
people in okay, so
like
people
what?
in okay, cell phone.
Okay.
So again, the first cell phone, big as hell, barely was usable, was in a car, really couldn't use it the way we use it now, right? And now we have a cell phone that's man, when you think of matter of fact, almost every innovation from the original, you think about the innovative end result than the first produced thing. Cars, air conditioners, computers, almost everything you could think about. You think about the innovation. The innovation usually gets all the credit, not the original. The original is always flawed.
So
It's
so
a
the in
lab. It's a lab rat. Okay, you gotta say we ain't gonna do this because I ain't got time for that. We either gonna talk to each other or talk. If we talking through each other, I'm good.
go ahead.
Okay, so this is you can go do your AI. Go do it. Innovators and what they innovate is usually normally always better than the original thing that was produced that was given to the public. True or false?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So when you say basketball, is basketball better with black folks in it or better with white folks in it?
It's obviously better with black folk,
Okay,
but
right, right.
that's not my
Okay, but
intentions
that's
though.
my but that I know your intentions they're evil. But what I'm saying is that there's something
I didn't say
called
intention, I said
okay,
contention. But
well
go ahead.
whatever they're weird. But what I'm saying is that we are inventors and we're some of the best innovators ever. Yeah, we don't always invent it. We make it better. We make it poppin'. We make it global.
Yeah, you
So
just
when we
innovated European culture. There's
okay,
nothing wrong with that.
okay, look, you can say whatever you want. As long as you put innovative on it, that means we put our spin to it, and now it's popping. I'm cool.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, cool.
I
Okay,
have
I'm
no
cool.
problem with
I'm
that.
cool. And I got no problem either. I got no problem either.
Yeah, but you still have to agree that, Black Americans
Listen,
adopted European culture. That's just
well,
common facts.
well, if it's common facts, what's to agree with?
Huh?
If it's common facts, then what's to agree with?
What you mean?
You don't understand that?
Say that I'm not
Okay, so now you're asking me, hey, why not just accept common facts? You're asking me just to accept common facts, right?
yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah, so
now what?
what I'm saying is you shouldn't, debate the brother if it's just common
Who's
facts.
debate what?
Because I was watching your show yesterday,
Okay, all
and
right.
you
So
kind
look,
of had a
so
problem
let's
with the elite
okay.
European culture, and I'm like, I
Oh,
mean, you
no, no,
shouldn't
no.
really have a
Oh, no, no, no,
problem
no.
if you deny African culture.
Did you hear everything? I said I had a problem with him subtracting black. See, that's the problem with you goofy tether. Dude, you're never ready for me. The whole thing was he's replacing black with this. He said Anglo-Saxon. Are you Anglo-Saxon?
No, you know what I
Okay,
identify. I identify as African.
okay, cool. He said he's not black. He said he is more aligned himself with Anglo-Saxon, and he said that we don't need black organizations and all that stuff. All we need is a few strong white people. Do you agree with that?
I mean, I'm not a African American, so I
Okay,
wouldn't. My
me,
opinion
me either.
shouldn't.
What, but both. Okay, then don't give an opinion. So is
What
it
you mean you're
hot?
not African
Okay,
American?
you just started with an opinion on what he said, and now you're saying you don't want to give an opinion on what he said. See,
No,
that's
what? No,
goofy talk.
you asking me something that is irrelevant because I'm not African
No,
American.
then dude, then what are you?
I'm a Jamaican American.
So why are you calling in a show that's centered on foundational Black American topics if you can't give opinions on it? Why are you
But,
calling it?
because you're speaking on the African
Oh,
diaspora
yeah,
and the
yeah. No,
Ma'afa.
no, no, no. I'm not. No, no, no. What he was talking about was America. See, you're quoting the guy, bro. Everything he said was about America, the United States of America. Okay. No, he said no diaspora stuff. Everything he said was within this country, within our jurisdiction. You got to make it make sense, guy.
Yeah, but I think his point
Yeah,
is
but
that he's
whatever
not
his point is,
African in the
okay.
slave trade never happened, so he just identifying
Well,
with Americans.
I didn't hear him say slave trade never happened. If he said that, I would have never even talked to him. Like, what's the point to even? Yeah. That's not my hang up there. I
I
don't
mean,
go.
some of the people in your chat believe that they believe the slave trade
Don't
never
matter.
happened.
But
They
guess what?
indigenous to America.
Guess what? They can believe Santa Claus is real as long as people are in their own space and not in my space. It's fine.
They're
Okay,
in
it's
your chat.
fine.
You did a poll. You remember you did the poll and you asked them,
Hmm.
do you believe you have and majority of people said no, we don't have African DNA. We're not African.
Were
We
they
don't descend
lying?
from African, huh?
Were they lying?
I mean, if you subscribe to science, then and peer review articles, then you
Yeah,
should
no,
know
but
that
what?
you're on average between
Oh,
70 to 90%.
average. So that means it leaves space for people that's actually they make. Okay, so on average, that means so when people you said 70, 90%. So that means that leaves room for people that is true for some people, right?
No,
Okay, so everybody has what you want to do that one?
every single black person that descend from slaves in America
Oh
descend from
no.
African
You
slaves.
said slaves in America, but these folks, according to you, are saying they didn't descend from slaves. See, you can't do that with me. According to you, these people are saying they didn't descend from slavery.
Yeah, they said they
Right?
don't descend
Okay.
from the transatlantic slave trade.
Right. And okay, and you're saying they did?
That's 1000% true. Yeah.
Okay, how do you know?
The slave records, the
No. How
culture,
do you know?
DNA.
Okay, so family, I don't I'm talking to a brick wall. Bro, how do you know what they really are?
The DNA experts, the culture,
So there are no
slave
indigenous.
records.
So okay. So the dolls roll that's fake,
I mean, you had some that inter marry with Native
right?
American, but that don't mean that their
And you
origin are
had
Native
okay,
American.
and you had some that didn't, right?
No, you have no black people that descend from Native Americans.
Wait. You keep saying black people.
Yeah, black people.
I'm asking you, is there such people called Native Americans?
Yeah,
Right. Okay. So if these or indigenous people, right? They're indigenous. So if these people are saying that they did not come from slave ships, and that means they're not black in a sense. I'm black, like the whole POAD, persons of African descent. If they saying that's not their background, how are you making it their background?
I'm not making it. I'm not making it. The facts and the evidence is making it
Yeah.
their background, not
Okay.
me.
Okay. So if a person says that they're indigenous, right? Okay, and they're in America. So in America, we do got indigenous people, right? In America.
Yeah, but they're not black.
Right. Okay. Cool. And if they did the poll, but if they're in my chat and they did a poll and they answered the poll honestly and said, "Hey, that's not me."
Yeah, they're
Now,
lying. They're promoting pseudoscience
you're
ideology.
saying, okay, now watch this. You are because you're saying you can prove they are black, and they so listen to the question. A person is saying, "I am indigenous American. I'm not black," in the sense of POAD.
Yeah.
You're saying I don't know you from Adam, but I'm saying you are black.
Essentially, what you're saying is that I'm assuming that they're black, but they could be Native American, Navajo,
Yeah,
or something like
whatever they
that.
said they were, right? A lot of people say they're from these tribes. So you're saying they're not. So when people make a claim, so how do you know? Now we're talking about the internet now, because you don't know anybody. So how do you differentiate when a person says they're from a tribe and they're not?
Well, I could I could look at them and tell they're not Native
You gotta
American.
look at shit. Okay, but you can't look at them. They did a poll and I can't see them and you can't see them, so you just messed up. You said you could
So
look at them. Wait. Let me just finish this. A poll was taken. It was a blind poll because we didn't see nobody, right? And you said you got the eye of the tiger. You said you can see them and determine if they're FBA or they truly within the tribe. Now, you didn't see nobody who took the poll. So that means your expertise is not good, right? You didn't see nobody.
I mean, in that sense, if you want to roll with that, then yeah, you're correct, Ron. If you want to,
I
if that's
know.
what you want to
You
lean
said
your
so,
hat
yeah.
on, if you
Yo,
want to
you
lean your
said
hat
so.
on that, then
Yeah,
yeah, you're
you said
correct.
so. Y'all
I
be
can't see
saying
their faces, so I don't know if they look like
now,
a typical Mexican, Native American,
right. So now let me give
or
you this
enslaved
training.
African.
All right, now watch this. Watch this. What training did you take that you can look at a person and tell that they're foundation Black American or indigenous?
I'm using a methodology where if you're black in America, if you're phenotypically black in America, then I would assume
Okay, you will
logically
assume
that you descend from slaves
logically.
from
All
Africa.
right. So look
I don't
together.
think people from Papua
Okay,
New Guinea exist. I don't think a large
I'm sharing my
population of
screen.
Papua New Guinea exists in America.
Can one definitive? Okay, I'm sharing my screen. Definitive. Can I see? Uh, look at a person and determine 100% where they come from. And you said this is logical, right? So you still think it's logical? When you press enter, is that logical? Yeah, you could look at somebody definitively and say you are from here, you're not from there.
It's nuance to it, Ron. But if that's
Okay,
what you want to
that's what I
hang your hat
thought.
on, that's not what I
That's what
want
I
to
thought.
debate
Oh,
about. But
that's fine. That's fine. But I just want to make because you try to undermine the validity of my poll, and you try to hold me to them. It's like, wait a minute, you're holding me to something you can't hold yourself to. It was
what I would assume if they got lineage range that they're black. I don't think they're Native
well,
Americans.
okay. So let me ask you this: when you say black, but black in what sense? The way I use black or black as a racial category, like
I'm
which,
using black interchangeably with African. The same way
so
your government use black interchangeably with African. That's how I'm using
no,
it.
no, no. My government actually doesn't. My government okay. So now I got to educate you now on the Census Bureau form. Do you know how that works?
Nah, break it down for us, Ron.
Okay,
Break it down.
okay, right. So you can't keep using stuff and don't know how it works. It's a voluntarily form. It allows you to tell who you are. It doesn't tell you, there's no law where the government tells people who they are. You tell the government who you are on those forms. That's why it says other, it has you check boxes. And then it has other there. And then there's a line where you could fill something in. And guess what? People do put Navajo. People do put shit on there. FBA. People do put how they describe themselves on there. Yes, they do for a fact.
Oh, so you
So
admit that FBA is not federally recognized?
no. And matter of fact, when did African American become federally recognized? Since you want to go there.
Probably in
And
the 80s or 90s.
no, you see. Now the question is, are you dumb? Do you know who Grace Mang is?
You bringing this? Come on,
Yeah. Yeah.
come on.
Okay. Okay. So do me a favor. Go Google in the 1980s was African Americans like some type of federal list. Go do that while we talking.
How about we Google when the first time African American was documented?
No, no, no. That don't mean nothing. Shit, you got AME with Richard Allen. What does that mean?
I mean, that's not technically African American. The term African American was way
No,
before the
but you're
1980s.
saying
It was
okay,
actually 200
but
years before that. But go
bro,
ahead.
wait. I said Richard Allen. You know who Richard Allen is?
Yes, AME Church, Free African
Right. That's
Society. I
18.
know who
That's
that is.
1800s, man. That's not 1980.
Yeah. So
Right.
so
So
so we have African peoples identifying themselves as African in the 1800s, 1700s.
yeah, you have bro. You have a handful of people identify. When I say handful, like 1%, if that, identify themselves as African American. Like there's actually a census on it. Like yeah, all this stuff can be pulled up. But
But you
what
always say that people wasn't
I
identifying themselves as African in
no no
large
no no.
numbers.
I don't do what you do. I don't do 100% absolutionist. When I speak, I'm saying the consensus, the census. I'm saying the majority. I know, and you know, if you got any brain cell in your head, all that smoking, you would know that in the 1800s, 1900s, that as a matter of fact, we didn't call ourselves. I mean, you could go Google when we start calling ourselves anything with African as a nation. So you keep saying little pockets of people. I'm saying nationwide, from California to New York, we were saying Negro and colored.
I'm using the most educated black people in America. I'm not
No,
using the common slave.
You use what we do. Go to AI, not educate people. That's your opinion. Because what poll did what? How did you gauge that these are the most educated people? You just be giving yourself the most dumbest
No,
arguments.
because they're free
No,
black people. They could read and
How
write,
did
not
you
like a
how did you
slave.
gauge? No, I'm asking you a question. How did you gauge that these are anyway? From California to New York, black people will call themselves Negro and colored for the most part over any terminology, not even close. Now, so I'm not even going to Google. I don't have time. That's just dumb talk to even go there with you. I know for a fact, family, y'all got Google AI. Just ask, when did we call ourselves African as a national identity where most people were starting to embrace it? That was 1989, 19 Jesse Jackson. That was it, bro. We were Negro, color, and then the 1960s, we started to work on black. Even in the Harlem Renaissance that Tariq Nasheed eloquently pointed out, is that was the birth of our blackness, where we started to graduate to black. But we were even saying Negro in New York with the Harlem Renaissance. We were saying Negro, but it was always Negro. Even the Marcus Garvey shit came with Negro. Negro was the popping term, and then the bathrooms, colors not allowed, and whites only, color, whites not. Yeah, that was going on, bro. Negroes for sale, not Africans for sale, and whites only bathroom, and over here is Africans only bathroom, bro. We were recognized by white people and ourselves as Negroes and color. Matter of fact, I'm gonna source up for you since you wanna.
Have you read the Confederate recession of why they left the Union?
Hey, this guy said, "Has I read the Confederate?" I'm sure you did.
Yeah, one of the key points of why they left the Union because of the African slave trade, not the FBA slave trade, not the Negro slave trade, not the colored slave trade, the
Oh, speaking
African
of,
slave trade.
oh, so now you agree to an African slave trade, right?
Yeah, that's what they called it. They was transporting
No,
Africans from Africa
okay.
to the Americas.
So who did they buy Africans from?
Who did they buy Africans from? It
They
they set up ports like different ports on the coast of Africa.
Who set up ports?
The Europeans.
No. Those were African ports. Most of those ports was African ports, buddy.
So you're telling me African built Almina slave port?
No. Okay, don't give a particular name. I'm saying most of the okay. Yeah, he's retarded. I said ports plural. I said most of the ports. Matter of fact, the slave trading happened way before the Europeans' involvement in Africa. Yes or no?
Well, are we talking about the transatlantic or trans-Saharan?
Yeah,
you're jumping from one slave trade.
Are you said African slave trading? That's what you said.
I'm referring to I'm referring to the Confederate states. That obviously I'm not talking about the trans-Saharan.
Once you say African slave trade to me and to the average human being on earth, we're gonna think of the triangular African slave trade. We're not gonna think of because there's no popular term in America that's called the African slave nothing. There's no popular term for that in America. Over here, it's called chattel slavery and shit like that, or plantation slavery. There's no popular term in America for African slave trading. You made that up. I
never said it was a popular term. I'm using
right. Okay,
the Confederate
but you can quote. Okay, but Confederates don't determine shit just because a person mind. But I got something for you though. Hold on, I got something for you. See now, this is when family. This is when I pull out the hard, tether bombs. Okay, I'm gonna drop a reverse must bomb on him. All right, watch this right here.
What would make me a tether? I support reparations. I support African Americans.
Make you a tether.
I would consider myself a tether. I support you.
Of course.
No,
but you can't. Yeah, he said I wouldn't consider myself a tether. That's like me telling a white man I'm not an NIGER. What makes me that? I'm not that. Like, how can I convince somebody who thinks I'm that? I'm not that. We know you're a tether, my boy. But it's okay. It's okay. Just
How about
embrace it.
tether? I think all the ladies. What about Hero? Paul Cuffeys. What about Hero?
Okay,
You know
right.
those. John Henry Clark. Some of the
Embrace it, man.
greatest Black American minds in
It is
history.
it, bro. Embrace your tetherness.
I wouldn't
Okay.
consider myself a tether. I
Well,
consider myself a
I don't
Pan
think
African.
any.
I love African Americans.
I don't think any doc will consider himself a doc. I don't think any tether. I don't think any racist would call themselves a racist. Like that's how it goes. Shit, the average when white folks did a vote on was racism in America in the 1930s and 40s, they said no. Yeah, so even they don't think they're racist in the height of racism. So brother, it's okay.
We had
It
contribute vastly
it's
to Black
called
American foundational
it's
culture.
called cognitive retardedness. That's what it's called when you don't want to embrace who and what you are.
No, I thought tether just mean a foreigner, a Black immigrant that
Black. Oh no,
undermine.
no, no. There's nothing about you that's black. There's nothing about an immigrant black. So you know we don't define tether as that.
How if
Okay.
Haitians popularized the term
No,
Black
no, no, no.
before?
Hey, okay. Popularized this. Hey, family. I just went over this earlier. I said that these tethers are so dumb. When I made my statement, I said we're the only people to use black as an ethnonym.
That's a lie, Ron.
I said
Haitians
nothing
did it
about
before,
popularity.
100 years
No, no,
before.
no, no, no. Okay, let me get it for you. Hey family, look, family.
You want me to take? You wanted me to share my screen real quick?
No, no, no. I'm gonna share my screen real quick. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen real quick. We don't want a tether screen on the screen. We want FBA information because we know
Okay, so
tethers. We know tethers do
can you
lie.
ask my question then?
Okay. No, no. Wait. I'm not. No, I don't need to ask a question. I'm just gonna pull it up. There's nothing to ask.
Yeah,
Oh shit.
let us
Hold on. Hold
know
on.
it was the first time Black was used
Okay.
in a positive light on the national stage, and so
Okay.
they self-identify as Black.
Now
A
that
hundred years
has
before, 100 years
no.
before the
Okay.
Black, 100 years
I
before
okay.
Stokely Carmichael.
I got you. I got you. I got you. You choking up like you about to cry and shit. It's okay.
Nah, cry
Um,
about what?
I
I'm just
cry
spitting
about
facts.
a whole nother L. Here you go. All right, family. It's in the PDF. The PDF with these guys. Just all you gotta do, family. Let me guide you. When you get this, matter of fact, you should ask for a copy of this PDF. I'm gonna send you a copy too when I'm done with it. All right. So
Yeah,
yeah,
so I could just debunk it, go through it and
whatever,
debunk it.
whatever. But you will get your copy. This is not a PDF just for FBA. This is for the world. Haitian. It said Haiti. Did Haitians call themselves less Noir, and how was that different from U.S. black? You got to ask the right questions. Sure answer yes. Look, yes. Les Noir appeared during the Haitian Revolution, but its role was not identical to modern U.S. black. In Haiti, it functioned as one, a faction and rallying term during war, and two, for a time, a constitutional nation building label meant to erase the French color cast before Haitian became the stable national ethnonym. It says during the revolution, 1791 to 1804, Saint Domingue. So I don't need your stuff. I got my stuff, and my family gonna have my stuff. It says Saint Domingue society had richer categories: blancs, whites, and gens de couture, free people of color mixed, and Noirs, enslaved Africans and their descendants. Right. So now there was a caste system. So now the caste system, right? We got Noirs in the caste system. Who caste system was this? Did the Haitians come up with this caste system? Was it white folks
No,
or French?
the same way the slave
No,
masters
no,
call you
bro,
Black and
I'm
Negro in
just
America.
the same way. All right, so I look one more time. You're getting out of here. I'm asking you a question. Answer the question. Get out.
I answered your
Okay.
question. I added nuance to it.
Okay. No. Just my question. I want nuance. I just want a question. When you ask me a question, I just answer. I don't give you nuance. I just answer the question. That's it. So over here, do the same thing because you made a claim. I'm cooking you, and now you want to. Now you're tiptoeing, and then you'll be twisting, and then you start trolling, and then you're going to tap out. So right now you're on the first tee. You're tiptoeing. Okay. So now this caste system, real simple. Was this something the Haitians came up with or the French?
I just answered your question. I said the French.
Okay, cool. Well, you didn't say that. You said a whole bunch of stuff. All right. So leaders, I'll keep reading. So leaders and observers use, so now this is going to the Haitians. Leaders and observers use Les Noir to refer to the formerly enslaved masses and their armies, a political military identifier in contrast to Les Blancs, French, and Les Gens de Couleur, right? So it's in that sense, Les Noirs was reactionary to French colonial racism and the color hierarchy. It helped galvanize an army and a cause. And I said that, well, see now, hey family, what tethers do, tethers are the real divisive people. They try to throw Haitians at us and Sudanese people at us to make them like an op. Like they use these people as rocks. They throw them at us like go ahead, like we got to attack them. No, this was something dope that the Haitians did, and it galvanized and it worked. So in 1805, the Constitution, Dessalines, after independence, the 1805 Constitution famously declared that all Haitians would be known by the generic denomination blacks. Okay, this was not about importing French racial thinking. It was a deliberate nation building move to abolish colonial color distinctions, right? So noir, mature, blanc, these are all like color things. In plain terms, calling every citizen black makes the old racist color lines legally meaningless. We are one people now, which is smart. Says so yes, it became an official label, but its function was unitary and political, not a narrow ethnic nickname. Okay, so how long did Les Noirs operate this way? So you got to ask the right questions. As a faction mobilization term throughout the revolution, the 1790s through 1804, so 14 years, as a constitutional national label, explicitly in 1805, Dessalines, he was assassinated in 1806, so 1 year. Later constitutions did not always repeat the exact formulation. Over the 19th century, Haitians, whatever, is the enduring national ethnonym, while Noir remained a racial descriptor. So Noir remained an adjective. It says, and Haiti continued wrestling with color class politics internally. Bottom line, your intuition is solid. Talking about me. Les Noirs was heavily a race-based, racial, political, and at times military label used to smash the old caste system and unify the new nation. It wasn't a casual nickname, but it also wasn't the permanent day-to-day ethnonym that Haitian became. So the difference is, my boy, which I keep saying, it wasn't the permanent day-to-day ethnonym that black became in America. So we said, what's up, black man? What's up, black woman? What's up, black family? And we got black crime rates and black this and black love and black Wall Street. It was a day-to-day term. Les Noir never became a day-to-day term in Haiti, and definitely not as an endearing, hey, you are Les Noir. It was to galvanize people, like kind of like Black Power. Black Power, that's kind of how that was. Now, how that differs from U.S. black. Let's get to it. Now, family, this is the PDF. The PDF, all you gotta do is control F and type in Noir, and it'll get you right to it. If he call your show one day or you call him out, you in the show, and you'll cook him on this. How that differs from U.S. black. In the U.S., black, capital B, became a chosen identity in the mid 20th century, a cultural, political, and pride term that replaced externally imposed labels Negro, colored, not African. It wasn't a temporary wartime category, or look what it wasn't that the French used it for. It wasn't a temporary wartime category or a constitutional nation builder. It's a durable self-designation within a multicultural state. So yes, there's truth to the idea that U.S. black is a pride, resilience identity, while Haitian Les Noirs was largely a reactionary revolution and found the identifier aimed at destroying colonial color lines. So they used that Les Noirs as a rock. They threw Les Noirs as something and crushed it, and then they moved on and said, we're Haitians. We didn't use black as a rock. We said, this is who we are, and this is what it is. It describes an ethnogenesis in the United States of America. Now, watch this. Was Les Noirs a temporary military label? In everyday language during the Revolution, commanders, pamphlets, and negotiators often spoke about the blacks. to mean the Black Revolutionary Forces as opposed to the French or specific mixed race contingents. That's military label in practice. Military label in practice. An army camp name. An army camp name. So long as there's war, this is going to be the name. War. An army camp name and a political bloc. After independence, after the war is over, the 1805 Constitution tried to freeze that unity into law to prevent the old color adjective hierarchy from coming back. Over time, Haitian became the normal national identity, nor stayed as a race word, not the main ethnonym. So we're talking about a temporary word for war, to galvanize people to go to war. And that was for that time, and then bye-bye. We're Haitian. We didn't do that. We used, and that's why I keep saying.
Can I ask you a question now?
Wait, before you do that, let me just leave with this. That's why when I talk my talk, permanent. Now, and I made it clear on different live views. I said we don't use Black as a nickname. We don't use Black as a temporary label where you just could peel it off. And we don't use Black solely as like a race category. We use Black as an ethnonym, day to day, Black, blah, 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 Black, and nothing else. We're just Black. Go ahead.
Did the white man first refer to African Americans as Black?
I don't know what African. Yeah, well, I had no idea who the African American is.
I mean, that's your federal recognized, ethnic group.
Okay. Well, at one point,
I'm not using, colloquial
at
term.
one
I'm
point,
using,
I got it.
things that's recognized by the government.
Okay. Did you do that? Can you Google that for us and give us the year? Share your screen. Go Google that for us. Go Google that African American in the 80s was a federal recognized name for Black
We're in
people.
2025, Ron. We don't have to go back.
Oh yeah. Well, okay, then don't say anything you cannot prove to me. Right. So like I said, I don't know.
FBA is a federally recognized.
I never made the claim
group.
it was. Okay, now that's retardation. How am I prove something I never claimed? That's a straw man, bro. I never said FBA was federally nothing.
Oh, okay. So what do you contend with me using African American that's federally recognized by the U.S. government?
When? So starting when?
Huh?
So starting when? Starting when? What year?
Ron, we in 2025. We don't gotta go back to the 80s or the 90s.
You can't go back to the 80s. That's why I keep saying, like, wait, I want to know, you're throwing out any. Hey, family. So here's the thing. This guy want to sit here and tell people that they aren't indigenous based on nothing. Wait, okay, got it. I got it.
Indigenous means pre-Columbus. No Black people was here pre-Columbus.
Let me mute you. So you see this guy, Rationale Logic? When I call him on this federal thing, we in 2025. Okay, well, when you tell an indigenous person to prove they're indigenous, they could say, hey, we in 2025. They could do the same thing. So the burden of proof is only on us. It's never on you. Yeah, you sound crazy.
I mean,
right
if
now,
you're
bro.
claiming you're indigenous, that means pre-Columbus.
But you're claiming that African American was some federally recognized label, and you have yet to produce that. And you know what? I see a lot of you guys, even with each other. I watch y'all crazy Tether Babble debates. Y'all like the Three Stooges, bro. The Mr. USA guy, him and Tether Dream. They like the Three Stooges. They be their little think tank. It'd be hilarious. It's like the what they call it.
USA Docs is not a Pan-African, so I don't know what you talking about.
I didn't say Pan-Africanist, and neither is Tether Dream. What the hell you talking about? I'm saying like y'all little think tank. I forgot what y'all called it. Y'all called it the Musk. The Must think tank. The Must. No, what was it? Musk. Yeah, it was a Musk think tank. They call it. Yeah, they be sitting there brainstorming how to defeat me. I be watching y'all. So it'd be hilarious, yo. We gonna get Ron. See, Ron, he said this, and we gonna get like, all right. I'll be waiting like Barry Bonds, over that plate. Like, come on, click that link. Come on, try that bullshit. Smacking about the park. Throw another one.
Ron, you're incorrect. You trying to basically say that hey, African Americans came up with the term Black when we know that slave owners was referring to
When did I say that? Wait,
to
when?
African slaves as free
All right,
blacks
bro. See now, I gotta mute you. You just lie. I never, I got a whole. See, like family, he can't lie anymore. I got a PDF. It's on. Look, family. I just cooked them with the whole New Orleans thing where I didn't give them their flowers. We read it together, bro. It's in my PDF. I'm giving this to my family for free, and even you for free. So now you can't say that I just said that we came up with black. Let's go back to the PDF. So family, these lies that he's doing, I mean, it's ridiculous, bro. I got a PDF now. Okay, so I'm showing you that I'm showing you documented facts. I
So why
could
you keep
never.
saying that
Oh no
African
no no
Americans are the
no
only
no no
black
no
people
no
on the
no no
planet?
no because you don't get what I'm saying. I got it. I said it 1,000 times over, but no, we're not going to do that now. Let me go back to the PDF. Okay. Let's go back here. Let me do a quick control find real fast. I think it's right over. Oh shit! Come on, slow ass computer. Uh, let me find it. It should be who? It should be a question. Shit, that didn't help me out.
Ron, let me ask you a question. Do you descend from
Hold
African
on.
slaves?
Yeah.
Do you think your chat believe they descend from African slaves?
Why? Okay, here we go again, bro. Do you listen? Do you ever listen to people?
No,
Do
I'm just asking.
okay, I got it, but you like the other caller. You'll ask a question and you won't wait for the answer. So, family, look, he can't say that I said we said black first. Look, the word black historically, who said it first? We got Balad El Sudan right here. We got pre-colonial African groups. Yo, what are we doing, bro? What are we doing? It's already documented, bro. I could never make that crazy ass argument. You dig? So you gotta stop, bro. Yo, family, I'm so glad I made this PDF because indirectly now I can use it for proof by something I already said. Where they can't lie, say I said this and I'm changing my mind today, October, whatever. I can now show you guys. Nope, I didn't say that. I said this. It's documented. This PDF is already up there. You dig? You've seen it in real time. So, bro, that doesn't work, man. And it ain't my fault, Silk the Shaka, that you don't know what I mean by I say black. I say it over and over and over, but you don't want to learn what I'm saying. Maybe you smoking, your comprehension can't get there. But Silk the Soccer, it ain't my fault. You dig? It ain't my fault that you're understanding. I was gonna look something up real fast. You made me forget. But yeah, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. He been getting cooked. He keep changing. This ain't Tariq gonna be playing with you, trolling with you. I'm not Dan. I'm not those guys. I'm not gonna troll. I'm belt to ass. I'm not gonna give you no name calling, none of that stuff. I'm just simply belt to ass.
Ron, you like 1 in 10 versus me.
Okay, well go to AI, right? Go to AI and give a transcript of our debate and show where they said you won.
Ron, I called you the other day and I said, yes,
No,
AI
I'm
said
not
I
talking
was
about that. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. You didn't listen to it again. You said because that's the one you would give me. I'm saying why don't you go to AI in all of our exchanges and ask who won?
I'll do that and I'll let AI be the judge.
Yeah.
So they can tell
And
you that you 1 in 10 versus me.
okay, okay. Well, we'll start with one. Start with one. Give me the first win, hey, bro. Email me. I'll give you my phone number, and I could go live right away. Yo, please give me a full. Don't try to cherry pick what I said. 'Cause I'm gonna find out the whole transcript. Give a complete dialogue where we disagree and put it in AI, and I guarantee you're gonna have 0 wins versus me, bro. I'm 17 years undefeated on the net for a reason, man. I beat well-known debaters like Captain Cesariak, Brother Polite, Eric Muhammad. I'm not gonna lose to a lightweight like you, Tether Dream, or the Doc guy, the What's Up Doc guy. I'm not gonna lose the DOCC, Domestic Off Cold Coon guy. I'm not gonna lose to none of y'all, man.
I
All right.
Ron, you said boldly that we never refer to ourselves as African. We never refer to ourselves as African. Then I pointed out Martin Delaney. I pointed out Paul Cuffey. I pointed out the Free African School, the Free African
Why
Society, the
don't you
Free
go get
African
that then? Look, okay, so
Organization.
you got it.
Then you had to
Okay,
change your
so
whole argument. Said,
no,
well,
no, 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 no,
no,
no,
that
no,
was
no.
a minority thing.
Yeah. See, that's why people mute this guy, because he be lying. Selective memory, because he smokes. I don't smoke. Never smoked a day in my life. And I ain't judging. I'm just saying I got all my brain cells. All right. That's why my memory's so good. I don't do drugs. And that's why I have a clear, crisp memory. He can't go get that. He's going to go get that we collectively, I show you percentages that people call themselves like a handful of blacks, 4 or 5 possibly call themselves African something. Okay, so now this is a guy
That's
who's
a
not.
lie.
That's
They
why.
had whole organizations. Then you
All
have
right,
the
hey, revenue. I gotta go pick up my son, so I can't keep going back and forth. But I will be live later. So come back on. I'm gonna throw you off, but come back on later. All right, yeah, I ain't gonna keep doing that. Okay, so this should be an easy win then. So if there's that many people calling themselves African family, so he should be able to go get that and then share screen or read it off, and that's an easy belt to ass on his part to me. Pause. He can't do that. He can't do that. Yo, we could. Matter of fact, before I leave, family, hold on. Before I leave, before I leave. All right. So we're gonna get him out of here right now. Before I leave. Put my PDF back up. Matter of fact. My PDF, I gotta finish. Everything's over the place. I gotta formulate it. Okay. I'm gonna show you guys the percentage. Like a percentage. Calling cells. And color, right? This is a retarded. This is a retarded discussion. Like, please send me somebody more cognitive. Thanks for the super chat. We got Miss Unapologetic. I can't see the whole name, but you got a super sticker for $2. Let me check that out. Just check out your whole name. Cause this the YouTube that mixed up the names and everything. Miss Unapologetic Identity. Okay. Super chat. Yeah, I don't know what YouTube is doing with all these at things. That's so terrible. So the guy doesn't understand. I mean, I don't know how that's possible. Like they debated me on my stance on black. How you debate me on my stance of black and then don't even know what I mean when I say black? That is, to me, that's just absolutely nuts. Pause. Um, Yeah, so I'm gonna snatch my son up now. I'm gonna go. I ain't gonna have time. Let me do that now and not be goofy. And then I have to I'm trying to decide because it's the weekend. Yeah. I might just go right to this other spot to go live again. So I might just let them play at the library for a little while and then the other kids and then come back on uh about five-ish. D, if the train is moving, there is no need to go back and grab these useless terms. Free Paul forever. I know you. Yeah, but nah, I wasn't lying to revenue. I'm really out. I really gotta go. It's I gotta get out. Yesterday I stayed too long. I had to run over there. I had to jog over there. So my left calf is like on fire. So family, I'm gonna try to get back on a little later. Like I said, 5 o'clock ish. Peace.